Can you see me? We seem to be having some technical issues. Can you see me? We seem to be having some technical issues. The intro didn't seem to play worth a damn. It's been having problems with that for a while. I don't know what's causing it. But yeah, welcome to Lockbeard Random Live number 44. Eat meat. And where is Mr. Lee 3PO? Where are you at? He sent me an email saying go live. I should have got rid of the repeat pyro. I think that should be gone now. See, Sandra Piper's here. Welcome. Awesome. Another day in the life. Welcome. Pyromedic, welcome. Odd hour? Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do anything tonight because, probably watch somebody. Does anybody know what's up with something to Sasquatch about? He hasn't been doing shows. And, wouldn't mind seeing him back. Get back to work, Sean. Hold on. Let me pull up the TV guide. Bam. All right. There we go. I've been having some problems with updating it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll get it fixed sometime soon. There's some issues, but I have managed to do it, but it's not syncing up with the copy on my machine, which I guess isn't on. I don't know. There's something not right. Anyway, I think I got a couple updates in there. Paramedic says we missed the ice, waiting on the snow. Nothing is too odd for Mr. Lee, I think. No. I sent him an email back, but he didn't respond. I've got an email saying that I'm live from YouTube, but I haven't got a response from Mr. Lee 3PO. But yeah, here, let me see if I can. How do I get rid of? Well, I'm gonna get rid of that. Anyway, let me see if I can zoom in on this sucker. Is it close enough for people to see? Yeah. That's probably good enough. Anyway, let's see what's on tonight. Get us on to Wednesday. So Wednesday's in that first column. So today, yes, today. I didn't say the date today. Today is February 2nd, 2022. Wish that thing would stay put. Wonder if I click on there. That's still not going to do it. Well, anyway. So you can see in blue there, somebody obviously I don't care about, but some of y'all might be watching them tonight. Creepy little book. A lot of you may not be familiar with that one. That's at midnight, my time, Central Time. Fade to Black on at 9. All these are in Central Time. So Gypsy Road was on from 1 to 3 p.m. my time. So that was a couple hours ago. Jason Bland's Weird Wednesday will be on at 11 p.m. Keep on Chatting Network, the Fausty Witches, they're somewhere in Great Britain. Night Dreams Talk Radio, North Georgia Cryptics are on the night. The Witching Hour just ended over on Parachills. Paranormal Central, Paranormal Portal, both on tonight. That's assuming I haven't, because I can't keep track of all these if they've changed their times or discontinued their shows or added shows. That's why I kind of tell people, like, if you know of any changes, let me know, or tell the owner of that channel to contact me, and I will fix it. I don't know how many people actually use this damn thing, but there's a link. You can look at it. Whenever I update it, the updates, are instantaneous to the link. So while you could download the document, it's just now. You won't get the updates. So you really want to use the link, because then anytime there's an update, when you use the link, you're going to get their latest version. Shadows of the Moon was on this afternoon, but their Say Something to Sasquatch About was a 7 to 8 p.m. show, and it appears he's discontinued. So is anybody in contact with him? Like, we would certainly like to see him get back to work. I didn't get a notification on the show. Well, and it, like, I only set it up like 5 minutes before start time, so didn't have a lot of time. There wasn't a lot of leeway there. Papa Craig's here. He says, I'm a going fishing. Yes, I'm a going fishing, and my baby's going fishing too. Harry Man, Hoaxes, and Hoodwinks. Welcome, Nikki. Thanks for dropping by. Hopefully you brought some tamales. Yeah. Another Day in the Life says, I realize I don't get notifications unless I have YouTube open, but it eventually sends a notification, just not immediate unless YouTube is open. Yeah, it's real funny. And then you got to open up a new tab, because sometimes even if you hit the home or the, YouTube home, and you're already on the home page, so you're trying to get an update for it to show you what's live right now in the sidebar there, it won't show it unless you open it up now it may do it for you, but for me it doesn't. I have to open it up in a new tab and then shut down the old tab, and because you don't need it anymore. But if I open it up in the same tab, a lot of times it won't show me what's live now. It'll show me what was live in that tab before. So it's useless to do it that way. I have to open it in a new tab. Nikki says it's supposed to snow tomorrow and everyone is freaking out. They even canceled school. Wait, the snow hasn't even fell yet? Yeah, isn't it funny? People, they freak out like, oh my God, winter's going to happen and we don't know if we can deal with it. When I was a kid, we never really got like it would be like an hour before school and everybody would be on the phone trying to figure out, are we doing this shit or not? Like, it wasn't like the night before, because I've seen it happen where they're like, oh my gosh, there's some winter weather coming. We got to cancel school. And then nothing freaking happens. Like right now, like this morning, like I went into town and, yeah, it was like 28 to 30 degrees. So I got a little ice on my side mirrors, but that was about it. There wasn't ice on the roads. Everything was fine. I was thinking about going somewhere a little bit of a distance today, but I decided not to because I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But ultimately, we're just not sure. Like the weather forecasts can happen all at once, but it doesn't necessarily mean anything's going to happen. And sure as shit, here we are. It's probably still about 28 degrees. And it's a little wet. There's maybe been a little drizzle here and there. There might have been a tiny bit of freezing rain, but you wouldn't know it. It just looks like a dreary, cold day. But it's not. There's no ice. There's no snow. I'm in eastern Oklahoma, not far from Muskogee. I was promised a serious ice storm, damn it. And I want it. Like, unlike most people, I want this shit to go down. Let's do this. Come on now. We haven't had a real ice storm in years. Another day says, I went ahead and pushed my appointment to Friday. Have a feeling we won't have school here either. Paramedic says it's supposed to have an audible alert when it notifies you. My settings may be wrong. Maybe it's a settings thing for some people. It was like 78 today. Sandra must be in Florida or something like that. Papa Craig says, I got a notification bell and all. It interrupted my housework. Sorry. It never snows in El Paso, so tomorrow will be interesting, says Nikki. Did you not get anything with that last February and last year? With things, there was like, it was freezing on the coast of Texas. That's why I ended up hanging a left and ended up in Florida, because my plan was, because I saw the really cold weather coming, so I was like, well, I don't have to deal with this shit. I'll just start heading south. So I started driving south, and my plan was roughly to go to a place called Rutherford Beach in Louisiana. The coast of the Gulf of Mexico. Which is a pretty interesting place. Like, there's tons of sand, right? Like most beaches, but take a closer look. That sand is like completely 100% made up of crushed seashells. It's not, quartz sand. It's not rock at all. It's not, decomposed rock. It is crushed seashells, 100%. There's a lot of whole seashells too, so that you can collect some seashells. Nothing too grand to find there, but I brought a bunch of seashells back and gave most of them to my mother. But anyway, I get there. I went there because Rutherford Beach, you can park on the beach. So that was my plan. Anyway, it was in the 30s. So I was like, if I'm going to go south, if I'm going to fly south like a damn bird, I'm going to go somewhere where it's actually warm. And, because the cold was hitting hard. So I hung a left, which would have been east, and ended up in Florida where it was actually warm. But I would think El Paso would have gotten something during all that. We canceled if it gets cold, not even playing. Papa Crick says, I'm on my way, Sandra. We got brushed by that storm that's headed for Nikki last night. It's gnarly. Pyromax says, Sandra, I haven't seen that girl from Texas that had the bad asthma. I forgot her name. Do you remember? She was on Moog's chat a lot. She was in Moog's chat a lot. Who was that? I thought tomorrow was when it was coming. Supposed to happen this evening, really. But hell, I thought at least shit would be freezing up, but shit's not free. In fact, the ice that was on my mirrors earlier is gone. It just, I don't know if people, like, I notice this shit because I'm outside all the time. Like, you would think, well, there's ice frozen on the mirror and it hasn't gotten above freezing. The ice should still be there, right? but it doesn't. It goes away. It's interesting how that shit happens. Scotty's here. Welcome. Jen's here. Welcome. That mom's here. Welcome. Yo Kokomo, she says. Where the lights are low. Yeah, I remember that song. Jen says, it's still just raining here. Just left work yesterday. Today, people are freaking out. No chicken left, no lunch meat, cereal. It's about gone. Man, why do people they act like, look, what you have like cabinets in your kitchen full of food. Most people have a refrigerator that's got too much bullshit in there. Like when I see most people's refrigerators, I'm like, you need to stop buying shit. Like you got 3 of this particular item, and one gets pushed to the back, and you go to the store and buy another one, and you end up with all this shit. Half of it goes bad. You motherfuckers need to manage your goddamn refrigerator better. I don't even have a refrigerator. My refrigerator management amounts to, well, I mean, like if something needs to be refrigerated, I just don't even have it typically. Sometimes I do. I kept some half and half in my seat over here when in warmer weather, because I was just trying to get. There's a lot of fat in it, so I was trying to get a little more fat in what I was eating as a carnivore, and it qualifies as a because it's animal fats and proteins. Anyway, it started to ferment, and it was bubbling. Anyway, I was just like, screw it. And I had a protein shake, So I mixed a protein shake out of it and drank it, and it was just awesome. There wasn't anything wrong with it. But right now it's cold out, so I can keep something like, got some chocolate milk. This stuff's pretty good. They get the sugar down a little bit, so if you're trying to keep the sugar down, it's not bad. Like if you're keto and you keep your carbs gone, one serving, this container has 6 servings in it. One serving just has 13 grams of carbs. So you're good to go on a serving of this. What else I got in here? Oh, they were doing a clearance on some, yeah. So if you eat chocolate, again, you got to watch out for sugar. You got to watch out for sugar if you eat chocolate. Trying to be keto. But they were doing it down at the store. They were put these on clearance, so I figured I'd stock up on some dark chocolate. I don't know what percentage that one is, but it's dark chocolate. So the sugar is really low. So as long as you don't eat the whole damn thing, you're good. And so I went ahead and bought all they had left because they were selling it cheap. But anyway, I can't keep this shit in here during the summertime. But in the wintertime, this is a refrigerator because I don't ever heat it up very much. I don't need to. I mean, I'm wearing shorts right now. I got blankets on, but I'm wearing shorts right now. I'm just used to doing it. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow in the morning, but gone by 10 a.m. Mank says, Yo, Beard, watching the fake show videos around the world, people film snow that don't melt like normal snow melts. Oh, man. Right off the bat with the conspiracy theories. The snow becomes black like it's chemical fake snow or plastic chemical. Man, I don't know. Mayred Hesketh, welcome. Man, chat's already taken off. Batman says, hope everyone's well. I am at car store getting batteries, stupid batteries that suck. Yeah. I don't know what, I kind of wonder if people should just go ahead and invest in something better than your standard car battery. If some kind of heater that keeps your battery from getting too cold would be helpful, So, have a backup battery, have two batteries like a lot of trucks do. And then maybe use the backup to just to slightly keep the battery from getting too cold. You don't want to get too cold. It's a problem. Now, Dana Life says, my customers seem to want to come more when ice and snow hits. They have nothing better to do. I usually go in because I have nothing to do either. Sorry, I don't remember. What do you mean, Jackie? No, she was. Well, was she spending her? Because she would come down south. Was she in Texas and south? Because she's Alaska. So nobody knows anything about Sean from Something to Sasquatch About, because he had a good start, and I know he was having some issues with internet for a little bit there. I don't know what's happened to his channel. Do I need to go ahead and take it off the TV guide, because we want to keep it accurate so people have accurate information if I'm going to keep sharing it with the public, which I intend to. There's no reason, not to at this point. It's set up. Papa Craig says, I see you have my favorite kinds of chocolate. Yeah. Hey, have you heard about chocolate shamans? Cocoa, like they get high quality cocoa, and it's supposed to have certain benefits, and like this stuff wouldn't qualify. Hey, Ernie, welcome. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess I don't know where is Sean? Something to Sasquatch About with Sean. Let me see if can I zoom in. 300%'s too close. Why does this thing not give me another option? All right. So Wednesday. Sparks of the Paranormal is on right now, or coming on at 5. 5 to 6. Paranormal 111. They're 101. They're kind of talking about methods and how to observe the paranormal. Actually, I haven't gone over there and checked it out in a while, so I don't even know if this show is still going on. But that it's kind of like the idea he had for that show is kind of like what Pine Island Research, Jeff Hardy, his idea in regards to Sasquatch. It's kind of the same, in a way. How do you go about this crap? Speaking of Pine Island, that was one of the recent updates, right? The one in green there at the top. It appears he's a Monday night. He does his shows Monday nights, and they're typically on at 8, although I saw one that was at 9. But that's 8 o'clock his time. It's 7 o'clock Central Time. So that's one of the recent updates is Pine Island Research with Jeff. Let's see. What else is going on Wednesday? We looked at those. Oh, something Sasquatch About. Spaced Out Radio's on tonight at 11. A lot of damn woo on there, though. A lot of damn woo. So, the Cryptoholic Show with Brian and Shane. I don't know if it's on this Wednesday or not. It's like every other week at 7 on Wednesdays. So I'm not sure exactly how I would convey that on here other than just saying it's bi-weekly. So just go check, see if they're on or whatever. Because bi-weekly, because there isn't exactly 4 weeks in a month. So it could be the first Wednesday of the month. It could be the second Wednesday of the month. It's going to change as time goes on. So they may be on tonight. The Lost Cryptids Conservatory, 8 or 9. It'd be nice if a lot of these people, it's where I have that, they would kind of nail down a time. It'd help people, know. So look, I don't know if it's on at 8 or 9. Do I need to get home by this time or that? It's nice to know a good time. Those of you who watched Mogion Monsters WTF Live last night were introduced to Lee. So I don't know if Mogs is hanging around or if he's going to show up. So thank you, Mogs, for introducing us to this channel. I'd never heard of it before. It's a channel called The Raven's Outpost. The show name is The Raven's Eye. It looks like it's on Central Time, 11 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays and Fridays for about 2 hours, roughly. That's a paranormal show. Learning Bigfoot with Tippa TV. That was kind of a newer show that they were starting. I don't know if they've carried it on. I don't typically get over to Tippa TV. I just don't. So I don't know if they're still doing it. I think they were a little just trying it out, maybe. Not their words. Those are just my words. I got the feeling they were just kind of trying it out because Bigfoot was kind of not really their thing. But so maybe they're doing it today. I don't know. That would be 5 to 6. Troubled Minds is on tonight. They're supposed to be. The Outer Realm on the UFO Paranormal Radio channel. Supposed to be on at 8. Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. I need to update this because I'm not sure, because they used to, it was every week, New York Sasquatch Live on Wednesday at 6, and Sasquatch Speaks every Friday at 7. But now they're both bi-weekly. So apparently he does the Wednesday one week, and then the next week he'll do the Friday show. So I don't know. I may need a little more clarification on that so I can update this correctly. Again, it's got that issue with the bi-weekly, like how do I fit in on here? How do I tell you for sure when you look on here and it says 6 to 7 bi-weekly? How do you know it's this week? It's kind of hard. Like I'd have to change somehow how this is organized or something, but that'd be a freaking ordeal. So I don't know. Brian and Chudy Go Hiking. Welcome to the chat. Maori Haskins is all going on for 11 p.m. my time, so I'm starting to feel lively. Miss Sean, hope he's okay. Me too. Also, where is Pat? Like, I think it's been the last 2 Squatch Talk shows haven't happened. Where's Pat? What's going on with him? Either that or YouTube is purposely hiding it from me because I went to his channel and everything trying to look for him and he wasn't there. Like he wasn't live. So Paramedic says Sandra Piper, no, not iron. She shared she had been intubated a few times because of her asthma and respiratory failure. Night's just beginning. Still crazy, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully his show comes back. I'm not sure exactly. It seemed like there was he had some kind of issue or his internet issues. So I don't know if that's it or what. Bank says veganism is a conspiracy of the elite's Great Reset and plan. Their plan for the Great Reset plan. Klaus Schwab's and Bill Gates is planning the Soylent Green to be a reality. And Bill Gates owns USA farmland. Yeah, he owns quite a bit. Um, but a lot of farmers own farmland. I do think that there is a major push to try and get us to not eat meat, and there is some level of conspiracy here. That I think we can be certain. They know damn good and well that humans evolved. Now the bear picture in the thumbnail might be a little much, but don't think for a second that that kind of scenario did not happen from time to time with humans. Humans of the Stone Age were a lot more of a badass than you can possibly imagine. And imagine your craziest martial arts badasses today would not be that impressive to a Stone Age man who has to engage in some serious agility and fighting skill and strength uh, just to survive in his habitat. And Saturday, I'm gonna like show you guys some pictures of some of the things that were in that habitat. And you got to realize mankind was living alongside these things. They weren't dinosaurs, but these were some terrifying, powerful, massive creatures, and humans could handle this shit and took down these massive, 10,000-pound creatures in some cases with nothing but a stone tipped spear and a little bit of intelligence. They may use fire to an extent. There's been some suggestion that they use poison in some cases. Someone brought up the other day or here recently about running animals off of cliffs. Now that wouldn't be an option a lot of the time, but on occasion it would be, and humans no doubt probably did that when there was a cliff, available. But yeah, we are clearly designed to eat almost entirely meat. Even when you get down to looking at physiological things, you don't just need the massive fossil record full of flint spear tips, and it's just that helps. Shows millions of years of hunting. And then look at when people say, well, we're like, look at gorillas, they eat nothing but plants. Yeah, but our closest relative is the chimpanzee. And though it still eats majority plants, it does hunt. Chimpanzees do hunt meat on occasion. And it appears that when our genetic line diverged from them, we decided to run with that shit and learn to eat meat and eat a lot of it and hunt the biggest creatures we could. We figured out how to take whales from the ocean, for fuck's sake. So anyway, the elites know this, and they know that when people don't eat meat, their health suffers, their mental ability suffers, they become weaker, they become less intelligent, because your brain can't function correctly on a vegan diet. It just can't. That's just a goddamn fact. And the vegans can argue it all day long, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And it's documented. Like, the science is damn clear that a vegan diet causes brain shrinkage, actual brain shrinkage. Look that shit up, and then look up the cases of vegan parents end up going to jail because they managed to kill their baby with a vegan diet. Because you're not supposed to, you have to eat meat to be healthy. Fatty red meat. If you go to an all meat diet like I do a lot of the time, I don't do it all the time. But there was like a 6-month stretch where I did it pretty solid for 6 months, all meat. Do not be afraid of fat. You eat as much fat as you want. It will not make you fat. Animal fat does not make you fat. Period. That is bullshit. If anyone tells you that, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Now, if you eat it with carbs, things change because carbs make you fat, and they tell your body, they put your body hormonally, they put your body in a fat storage mode. And if you eat fat with those carbs, where your body's just going to store the extra fat. But you can eat that same fat with no carbs, and it won't get stored as fat. Jen says Tippa was doing it because they were filming for the next 168. I don't know. Is that still going on? They were working with Carrie. Well, that was their first mistake. Did I say that? Oh, fuck. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess like the first, apparently 168 is going to be in multiple parts, and they've released the first part. And it was very, it was nothing to write home about. Soylent Green is people. Yeah. Brandy says, Pat said he was taking a break. Gotcha. I guess I missed that. Pat took 2 weeks off. Gotcha. McDonald's. Yeah, it's nasty. That stuff's got. Anytime I get weak or or I get it's like, damn, I'd like to have some McDonald's, and then I go through there and I'm gonna meet like within 2 bites, I'm like, why the hell did I get this shit? This shit's not near as good as I think it is once I start eating it. Welcome, Brandy. She's saying hi to everybody there. Hey, you back. Or as they say in oh shit, Pandora, I see you. And Mank says, I eating cheeseburgers and no bread. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Like go to like if you're needing something from fast food, like go to Brahms, order a bag of burgers, plain with no bun, or ask for cheeseburgers if you want cheese. But so you get 5 burger patties with cheese, and sometimes you kind of have to explain shit to them because they're like, "What the fuck did this guy just order?" You're like, "Look, get 1 container, put 5 burger patties in it, and put a slice of cheese on each of them burger." Sometimes you have to explain this shit step by step because I've had them give me, those styrofoam burger containers they give you the burgers in. I've had them give me 5 burger containers with a patty and a piece of cheese in each container. Well, you could stack all 5 patties in one of those containers. Usually, when they give me one container, though, when I get them to do it right, it's one of those. It's a different type of container that's kind of longish. But either way, like I only need 1 container. But I've had them multiple times give me 5 individual containers with a burger patty in it. So first thing I do is I pull them out and start throwing the patties into 1 container and throwing the other containers back here in my trash. Like all you did was give me a bunch of trash and waste shit. How was your day? Yo, Sister Brandy. Coffee all around. Yeah, I'm all about coffee, but went on a plant-based. Easier to control when on a plant-based diet. What is easier to control? Oh, people. Yeah, people. Absolutely. Yeah. And people eat less food. Like I've talked about this before. Like I eat less volume of food when I'm eating carnivore. My hunger level just goes way down. The nutrients, I have no nutrient deficiencies, so my body's not craving something and then trying to get me to eat just because through hunger. Like it tells you you're hungry because it's like, look, you need to eat more. We have a deficiency in something. I have no way of knowing that's what's going on. And my body has no other way to get me to try and seek it out other than to try and get me to eat more. Um, you might get a craving for something in particular, but it's just really hard. Like there's a communication issue. You never really know. So you're eating a lot more just because you're deficient in something and don't know it. And who can afford to like go to the doctor? So look, I need you to test me for all nutrients, and then you got to trust that what they think is adequate for a particular nutrient is correct because they're often wrong. The best thing to do is just eat meat, and then you find you're not hungry. Don't be afraid of salt. Use sea salt though. Use sea salt. It's a better salt. You don't want that table salt if you can help it. But if that's all you can get, then that's all you can get. But don't be afraid of salt, and don't be afraid of fat, and you'll be fine. And like I said, like I figured out back then, I was eating roughly, if I put it for a year, because I was trying to compare it to what the USDA says about the average food intake for humans, Americans, and it's like it was 500 and something to 600 pounds a year, and that includes women and children. So I don't know what the average for a man is, but it's probably higher, right, than the average, 500 to 600 pounds. It was somewhere in there. I can't remember. Anyway, my figure was I was only required because of what I was eating, and I was tracking and weighing everything, maybe 370 pounds a year. So at least 150 pounds less than the normal American, probably more if you look at just men, which translates to about 6 decent sized deer. And that's all I would need for a year if I just ate deer, right? But the food industry is big money. Like they're selling, they know when you eat carbs, it causes a hormonal response too that makes you hungrier and makes you want to eat more. So they know that. So they want carbs in everything. Like you can't hardly even buy sausage anymore without them putting a little corn syrup in that shit. That, as they say, for flavor. And maybe it helps. But the reality is you don't need no damn corn syrup and sausage to make you eat a sausage. Sausage is perfectly good, period. Typically. But, oh yeah. They can't have people realizing that humans can survive on meat alone. You don't need any vegetables. The only time you would ever need to eat any fruit is if you were very, very skinny, very, very lean. And Americans we're not lean. We are very, very, heavy in our fat. So we don't need to gain weight. So we don't need to eat fruit, which is pretty much what fruit did for man in the wild. Is that's when they gained a little bit of fat, and a fat caveman was nowhere near as fat as some of our what we call lean people. All the cool cult guys do it. Yeah. Like Vegan Gains, that psychopathic dipshit. Vegan Gains. I guarantee he cheats too. Michael Haywood is here. Welcome. Someone say bear. Rusty's TV and movie car museum, welcome. Brandy, we're busy. Shelves are pretty simple, pretty empty. The freak out is real. Yeah, there ain't nothing to freak out about, folks. There's nothing to freak out about. You're gonna be okay. Um, yeah. Took off a couple weeks. Yeah. Mr. Lee 3PO. I wasn't planning on doing this, but you sent me an email, so I was like, oh, well, fine. I guess so. I should be doing other things. I should be like job hunting, probably. I'm not very motivated to do so right at the moment. Like, I really just want to hibernate for a little bit. I am so freaking exhausted from this job I had. I should have seen it earlier. It wasn't working. It wasn't working for a long time. The stress of it caught up with me. And I've tried thinking about, because my boss, asked me to try and help him, to be able to identify potential for future hires, And I've just been thinking about it. It's like, what is it that, because like I said, I've climbed the tallest trees when I was a kid. I've been up on things plenty. But I think, like, but I did have some social anxiety, and I was dealing with some personalities at this job that were exceptionally hard with my social anxiety. Because most people, like, most time, if someone is caught a little harder to deal with than other people, usually I can just get away from them. I couldn't get away from these assholes, and they were some of the worst ever. A couple of them. Some of the worst ever. And I can't get away from them. I have to work with them. So I'm trapped. Like, I think I was feeling trapped. And then with the heights, like, that stuff was sketchy as hell up there. It felt sketchy as hell. And I think part of the issue is, even though I'm standing up there and there's wide open space all around me, I'm trapped up there. I'm trapped in this little space. I can climb down, but it's quite a bit of an ordeal to climb down off one of these things. And so you just generally don't do it. So you stay up there all day, 10 hours, sometimes 12. You stay up there, like they were telling me, well, you should bring some snacks. I'm like, well, I'm used to only eating once a day, so I'll just eat at the end of the day. That's fine. But I was trapped. And then I started thinking about, what if a disaster does occur? I mean, there's been situations where, like, one of these places blew the fuck up and everyone fucking died. It ain't like I can fly away and avoid that disaster. Or if there's a gas leak and now you can't breathe. And I had to shave my beard because, you have to be able to wear a respirator. Well, here's a problem I had. It's like, well, the respirator isn't up there on that stack with me. Now maybe I'm too high to be affected by a gas leak, but maybe I'm not. So if I don't have the respirator with me, what damn good does it do for me to shave if I don't have a gas mask with me? So there's multiple issues. Anyway, I'm glad I'm out of there. I'm so glad I'm out of there, but I'm exhausted. It was exhausting. So I'm taking a break. I mean, I am searching for jobs, but not especially vigilantly. Got mail today. 1, 2, 3. I see Mr. Lee. Yeah. I have non-stop of that crap. Thank you. I'm not sure what we're talking about. Brandy says, "Dang, Jen, I don't know when people started to wait till the last minute to shop all the time. Things weren't like that when I was growing up." Yeah. And most of these people are not like out of food. They're not at risk of starving. They got like weeks of food in their pantries and their cabinets and their refrigerators and their freezers. They're set, but they fill these things up with crap that they don't ever use. Like people need to stop. Everyone needs to stop, sit down in their kitchen one weekend and just like do an inventory of everything you got food wise and say, well, this has been sitting here. I got these cans of yams sitting here. Am I going to eat these fuckers? Why did I buy these things? Why do I have this shit? Or old cans of like just vegetables, just shit that keeps getting pushed to the back. Um, something like hominy will be sitting in there. Why the hell anyone would eat hominy is beyond me. That shit's disgusting. I know some people like it, but damn it. Or go through your freezer and say, look, we throw shit away all the time out of this damn freezer because it's freezer burnt because we put it in here and then we never cook it. Well, you need to keep some kind of notes somewhere or some kind of shopping notebook or something where you write down these issues you've had in the past where, okay, we bought a bunch of steak, but we failed to cook it before it went bad. So why did this happen? What can we do to prevent this? We wasted, $100 on meat this year. What did we do wrong? How did we not do it again? No, people need to do that and figure out why the hell you're wasting so much money. Like one thing I'm going to have to do in the future, like the next time I do a stockpile, because I've really slowed down on eating beef jerky. Kind of gotten a little tired of it. And I got beef jerky here that's getting close to going out of date if it isn't already. So I'm going to have to just eat it up and then not buy beef jerky again. Or at least if I do buy some, not that much. The tuna, the smoked herring, I've really slowed down on eating those too. So once I eat this up, probably come up with some other options or not buy as much. Chimps are cannibals. Yeah, they can be. And humans too. Just because our culture has an extreme aversion to it doesn't mean it's not part of our natural evolution. Vikings used the cliff hunting technique, says Ernie. Yeah, Mr. Lee made it. Vegan brain fog. Yeah, their brain is definitely foggy. And it's funny, you see some of these vegan, like you see some that are fit, but you kind of look, a lot of them fit vegans would probably have been fit no matter what they ate. They're young and stuff like that. But a lot of them you see, they're pale and not as bad as the lady in that freaking on my thumbnail that I put there, but some of them are in that range or they're overweight and you're like, okay, vegan diet's so great, why are you overweight? They're a carboholic. You can eat vegan all day long, but if you're eating a bunch of carbs, you're going to be fat. Not fat shaming, just saying, most people agree that fat's not healthy. So, yeah. People are weird. Vegan teeth are black rye. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how far behind chat is. I'm trying to push through and get caught up in chat here. I've been really hanging on to this meat thing. 15 pounds down on weigh-in, 1 month, grain-free. Awesome. Very good. You don't have to be strictly meat, man. Look, that's just I'm just saying that's would be more optimal. If you can't do that, don't do that. But if you are going to strive for that, don't be afraid to take a lot of time to ease into it. You've been eating, typical diet for many years, and it's going to take time to wean yourself off, especially with the carbs. Our carbs are highly addictive, and it's a highly addictive drug. That's not an exaggeration. And but like one thing I like to point to is the Joe Rogan interview of Jordan Peterson, who is a psychology professor at the University of Toronto. Because there's a part of the interview with him that he's done where he talks about his dietary issues. He lost a lot of weight and solved some health problems he was having. Some severe anxiety and autoimmune issues, I think. Anyway, him and his daughter both had to go to strictly meat. They got down to meat and greens, but then that wasn't solving everything, and they ended up having to go to strictly meat. And he talks about that whole thing in the interview. So if that's something you need to, help you on your journey of learning about what I'm talking about here, and get yourself more knowledgeable about why I say drop the vegetables too. If you want optimal health, drop the vegetables too. Not too much, Mr. Lee. Brandy says, are there some links you can share for us to look into this carnivore diet? What about people who have medical conditions like diabetes and kidney disease? Well, I mean, yeah, if you just, I don't have any links prepared, but you just start searching around the internet, you can find some people. Like Mr. Lee, of course, Eric Berg isn't a carnivore. He's like a keto kind of person, really. Mr. Lee, I haven't looked at Berg's stuff for years, so Mr. Lee could probably tell you a little more than I could about him at this point. But there's plenty of carnivore advocates out there. The one I can recall that I think is probably, like, if you're looking for like a channel that's about this, dude's kind of goofy. His name is Frank Tufano, and he's kind of goofy, but his information is real good. You could go over to some other channels, but Frank Tufano, I think, is probably you're the best information that I know of. I'm trying to remember that one doctor. There's this doctor, like, he's a pretty big dude. He's got like a world record rowing, like the rowing machine record or whatever. But he doesn't really push anybody to go with like grass-fed only beef, or to try to get you to eat organ meats like you really should. But he's still a meat advocate, and he just eats steak and stuff all the time. And so I can't remember his name. Sean Baker, that's that guy's name, Sean Baker. He's not my first choice to send someone for information, but he's okay as far as a carnivore advocate goes. Let me show. Let me take down this this here. I'll put up Frank's a screenshot of Frank's channel. Yeah. So I don't know. And yeah, the guy's goofy. Like he does some weird skits and stuff, some funny skits. He's definitely got a little acting blood in him, I think. But and he talks about diseases and stuff like that. But yeah, like diabetes, like if you ate an all meat diet your entire life, you absolutely will never get diabetes. It just ain't gonna happen. Diabetes happens because of carbs. Paramedic says Tip of TV were taking a break from some stuff. They had a paranormal attachment to deal with. I see. Yeah, see Manx mentioning Sean Baker's channel. Sean Baker, you know, yeah, he's a carnivore advocate, but he's not necessarily the, you know, because yeah, he doesn't really try to push people to eat organ meats, and he doesn't push people to, like, he just says just eat meat. He's just saying that if you just go to meat, that's good enough. Okay, it might be good enough. It's going to give you a lot of improvements, but if I'm just saying, shouldn't we try to push towards the optimal diet? And the optimal diet would include some organ meats, and it includes getting cows that only eat grass, you know, because in nature, cows don't have a trough full of grain, you know. And grain only ripens on the stalk once a year. If the cows ate any grain, it was once a year, depending on the plant, you know, because there's a mix of plants. That's also another deal. Like there wasn't a solid field and nothing but wheat. It was full of hundreds of different species of plants. So they weren't eating, even when wheat would ripen, if the cows were in that area where wheat was native, they still weren't eating a lot of grain. They just weren't. And they certainly weren't eating all this soybean they feed cows now. They feed cows a bunch of soybean now. You know, so it affects the quality of the meat. It affects the fats. But, you know, that's more expensive because, you know, it costs more to buy grain-free meat. Donald Fuller's here. Welcome. Burger patty. Yeah. Anyway, there's Frank Tefano's channel. I am not subscribed from this account. I'm subscribed on the other account because I try to keep this account paranormal oriented. So, like, I'm only subscribed to paranormal channels for the most part on this channel. But yeah. I don't know how far behind. Yeah, ribeyes, Mr. Lee. Yep. I don't know how far behind in chat I am, so I'm going to try and go fast. Sanders says, no, this gal was probably in her mid-20s with braided hair. I will have to look at some old shows to remember. It's the best steak. Yeah. Dead Cat's here. Human body's not designed for solely meat diet. Our teeth aren't designed to chew raw meat. Our digestive tract is too long. End of story. Next subject. You said end of story, so you shut it down, right? No, actually, that is complete bullshit. Yeah. Where do I start with this? Mr. Lee, where do I start with this? Where's Frank? I need Frank here. Where do I start with everything that's wrong with what you just said here? Now, you don't understand because you haven't even looked at the correct information. You've been looking at a bunch of bullshit. One thing like with the teeth, vegans always bring up the teeth. Look at okay, you're thinking about canids and felines and other types of carnivores and how they're designed. Look at those animals. They run down and they attack their prey. They often have claws and have to grab them with their teeth and kill them. Humans have opposable thumbs, and we've spent millions of years making tools and killing animals with those tools. Chimpanzees even use simple tools, like they take a stick and put it down a termite mound to pull out termites. Now, when they hunt monkeys, they just surround them and coordinate attack, and they kill the monkey and eat it. Um, uh, Although they only eat like 3% of their diet meat. Um, now, and they got some pretty sizable canines, but they haven't specialized for killing their prey with tools like humans have, or through more elaborate strategies. So humans lost their canines, their big sharp canines, because they didn't need big sharp canines to kill prey. It appears that big sharp canines, though, in primates has nothing to do with meat. If you look at a gorilla has big freaking canines, but a gorilla is 100% herbivore. I think they eat little bugs, but they're an herbivore. They have these huge, massive canines. It's about a threat display more than anything, I think. There's an animal called the gelada baboon. I think it's spelled Gelada, baboon. Look that up. That sucker's got canines on it out of a horror movie. You would think this sucker's made to rip the throat out of something, but it doesn't. It eats nothing but grass. And then the digestive tract thing, dude, you need to stop looking at the wrong information. Okay, we don't have a large hindgut like a gorilla does, right? You look at that big belly on a gorilla. A gorilla isn't fat. It has this big hindgut because it's got to house microbes to break down the plant material. We don't do that. And then you look at like the stomach acid thing. Holy crap, dude. Basically, when you look at animals, stomach acid like ours, you only see with scavengers and coprivores. So when you're looking at you'll have acid here, right, which is your herbivores. Then you'll have your acid at this level, and you're looking at carnivores, and then it gets down to here, and you're looking at scavengers who have to be able to kill pathogens in the rotten meat they're eating. So humans weren't, did a lot of scavenging of kills, but they also, when they would kill something, they kill something massive. They had no refrigerator, so they're sitting here eating on a carcass for weeks. So they might as well be a scavenger at that point because they're eating meat that is partially rotten. We're designed to do that. We are not, as far as any evidence shows, coprivores. So we don't have that acid like that because we're a coprivore, which is an animal that eats shit, like rabbits. Rabbits have that. But it's because they got to have that stomach acid like that to kill the pathogens in the feces. At least what the scientists think. But anyway, dude, everything you're saying here is fucking wrong. Sorry. Sorry to inform you. It's all wrong. All wrong. Should wonder weight like it ain't no thing. Sorry, I just can't remember. Just got back from looking for trackways, crossing the back road. Still nothing to report but moose tracks. Well, in that case, kill a moose. Kill a moose and eat it, man. Starvation purposes, it works mainly because we're not designed for it. What? Dude, you're completely wrong. You're absolutely 100% wrong. Everything about our physiology, our design. Look at like our humans. We like to do stuff that's target practice oriented because we were we were engaged in target practice for millions of years. A chimpanzee doesn't have the shoulder structure to throw things accurately. They can fling poo all right. Most animals can, that have the ability to pick something up can fling stuff kind of, but humans have a shoulder design totally changed to be able to throw things with accuracy and more power. You're so wrong. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I can't even believe you're trying to engage me on this right now. Ernie says, have not watched commercials on TV, easier to get cravings. Yeah. And they are expert at doing that. Ricky Jen saying 7 of 9, full box now. I don't eat fruit ever. Yeah, you don't eat fruit. Vegan Gaines almost killed his dog. He's a fuckwit. Yeah, some of these vegans try to put their cats and dogs. They're putting these carnivorous animals on a vegan diet. You know why your dogs are getting diabetes, people? It's because they put a whole assload of corn in the dog food. Like, just get your dog some meat, please. Your dog's made to eat meat. I used to get my dog like a bag of those chicken leg quarters, the 10-pound bag of chicken leg quarters. Yes, it has bone on it. Yes, I gave it to her. Yes, she crunched bones and loved it. And no, she didn't die from it. It's when you cook them that there's a issue with splintering, I think. But anyway, feed your dog meat and don't be afraid to give it a raw bone. It's good for them. Meg says, I was carnivore for months, meat, eggs, milk, and my muscles got weak and sore. I solved the problem adding carbs, and that was potatoes, honey, fruits, and it made me stronger, no weakness. Well, okay. The issue here is, see, in the wild, humans would occasionally find fruit. And in nature, because you're really lean, right? And that's when you're supposed to put on some fat. You need it. Your body's kind of designed to store that stuff up, and you go to this energy, this glucose energy status. So what happens when you eat carbs is a lot of it's stored in your muscle, some of it's stored in your liver, and so yes, but we can soar. I don't know. So this is why a lot of people, they get this idea that you need to have these carbs all the time. In nature, you didn't have carbs all the time. It was a kind of a rare thing. But I can see how that can be confusing. But because like if I'm carb depleted and I eat some carbs, like you definitely want to do that after you lift some weights. And what'll happen is, as long as you don't eat too many carbs, you kind of learn to get a feel for how much to eat carb wise, so that you make sure, because you got to know what your muscle mass is. So you got to have pretty accurate measurements of your body composition. You kind of got to know, like my BMI, even when I'm lean, my BMI, according to the charts, says I'm obese. It's because BMI is not like BMI it doesn't account for how much muscle mass the way it should. So the BMI number, according to them, is obese. But the reality is, a very heavily muscled person is not obese. They're just got a lot of muscle. But anyway, you got to, because I had one of those I can't remember what they call it, where it uses electrical current to determine what your body content is. It isn't the most accurate method, but it's good enough, for someone on a budget and stuff. Anyway, and you keep track of your numbers. Look at what's going on with your numbers. I was keeping very strict track of these numbers for quite a while. Anyway, you figure out like, okay, how many carbs? Because what happens is you throw those carbs in your muscles and it helps you grow muscle. Now people think, well, that must mean we're supposed to have carbs all the time. No, that's not what that means. But what it is a little bit of a hack that you can use, though. It's a hack you can use to get your muscles unnaturally large. So you're assuming that these big bodybuilders and these, even a natural bodybuilder has muscle mass at a level that's natural. It's not. It's unnaturally large muscle mass. Um, so just keep that in mind, because you're using little hacks of our metabolism to kind of trick your body into doing some stuff. But is going to grow his Lockbeard back good and strong. I don't know if I'm going to have to work in a weed shop or something, because they understand locks. They understand dreadlocks. Well, they may not understand my dreadlocks, but they don't judge you so much on that. Nobody will ever know. That's why they get $20,000 to change those radio antenna lights twice a year. Yeah. That's too fucking high, man. I hate you, M. I don't really. Mr. Hugh, welcome. Let me see here. Oh, we got some getting a little precipitation here. It looks like it might be freezing rain. It looks just like rain, but the way it sounds, it's like it's got ice in it. So I think we got some freezing rain. The stud. Everyone should stock up for the zombie apocalypse. Yeah. Go underground and hide. I'm like 25 minutes behind in chat, ain't I? Think I'm going to dig your boyfriend's channel. Miss Space Cake, welcome. Yeah, she eats meat. Awesome. Yeah. In fact, is that picture on the thumbnail? Is that you with your hair down? Not the vegan, but the other one, the hunter girl. Welcome, Miss Space Cake. I respect the life gift for sustenance. Yeah. You must respect the life of the animal. You don't have to be one of these dipshits out there that gets way too excited enjoying their hunts. I think you got to enjoy it to some extent, but just because most cars have already been built without much documentation, he's much more interesting. I can't cat up. Just arrived. Have had strange stuff in my life. I feel exactly the way about my music. Need to document the process. I'm going to have to move fast if I'm going to catch up to you guys. Some carbs like potatoes are needed to have better health. No, absolutely not. That's wrong. I say the Viking diet was meat and spuds. Okay. No, absolutely not. Potatoes come from America, Mank. The Vikings didn't have those. Those got imported to Europe way later. You have got to get your information right. Did you watch Talk? Yes, I did, Mr. Lee, and I'm going to be recovering from that psychologically for a while. Is a hack. Used to like him, not since he promoted the jab. Yeah, that's an issue there. I get that. But he may be under duress. You know what I mean? I usually try to keep carbs to 4 months of the year. I love pasta and do occasionally cheat with it from time to time, even during summer. Yeah. Um, I may complain about that channel later. I don't usually watch Discovered Sasquatch, and like even Tall Ones was poking a little bit of fun, and they were deleting the Tall One. They were deleting Brent's comments, Mister Lee. It's anti-free speech chat, which is common on the bullshit Bigfoot channels. No, that's absolutely 100% fucking wrong, Mank. I'm sorry. I have honey with coffee. Captain Stinka. Carbs aren't the diabetic's friend. Best kept them at a minimum. Yeah. They are the cause. I'm sure it's better than that fake shit. Honey is good. You Nana, stay safe and warm. Yeah. Fruit clears my gut when you need it. Yeah, well, you don't really need that if you eat nothing but meat. You're pretty cleaned if you eat nothing but meat. Yes, Jen, how are you doing? Mr. Lee, I'm in a sweatshirt in the house. Just waiting to see if these storms hit or not. Had a load of weird shit recently, so just getting on with my life. Yeah, he's a weirdo. He is a weirdo, but he's got good information. I'm finally seeing this bot, Mr. Lee, 20 minutes later. Well, my experience, Mank, look, diabetes, like your system is suffering from years of damage. It's from eating carbs. When I'm eating a zero carb diet or a strictly carnivore diet, you know, my blood sugar issues, my low blood sugar goes away entirely. So take that for what it's worth. Judy Wheeler, hermitess. I'm a hermit myself a lot of the time. Yeah, sometimes it can. It depends on how much damage you've done to your system. Cows that only eat ass. Is that what I heard? No. Grass is the patron saint of hermits. St. Giles. I am being targeted. Asphalt cow. Fed cows. Garden so much classier than yard or forest instead of wood, so refined. Yeah. What do you need a lawn for? If you're not actually out there throwing the football around with your kid or something. People maintain this little carpet outside. It's like, what the fuck is this? Bigfoot's probably looking at us like, what is wrong with these hairless monkeys? Don't make for good sleep. Mid-South, what's up? No, that dude's all fucked up, dude. Look, he says some things that's legit. But that dude is fucked. I don't even want to talk about that guy. Brandy and Pyro, any missing? I'm gaining on you guys. I'm about 20 minutes behind. Sorry, Miss Kit, come on over. Nana and I are pretty good at targeting ourselves. Hive, it could be, bro. I was vegan and it made me ill and weak. Our gut is designed for meat. Yes. No, I don't even want that dude. No, 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 no. No, dead cat. Absolutely not. Dr. Eric Berg. He's all right. He's all right. He does some good. He does do some good, Mr. Lee. God made meat, so let's eat. Yeah, exactly. Another day says I did read a book once about facts dead cat stated and believed it for a while, but I don't. Especially post lupus, meat helps a lot. Yes. Raw carnivore is good, but the severage is a fucking psychopath, man. Like I wouldn't send anyone to look at that fuck. I mean, high meat, look, yeah, it's not for everybody though. Like, not everybody's gonna be able to do that. Like, I don't even know if I will ever do that. I'm just talking about the dude. The dude's fucking a psycho. So, they always venerating their prey. Not a vegan. You may not be, but you just said a bunch of shit while ago that was completely wrong. Thank you, Miss Space Cake. Yeah, technically, but like typically like a polar bear or bears are referred to as a hypercarnivore because they eat more than 75% of their diet as meat. Um, I think humans are even more of a hypercarnivore in that I think that we real where we should be is about 95%, if not better, with the occasional consumption of fruits when they're in season, the short period of time they're in season, and in the limited quantities that you would find in nature. Like you go out to a forest, there's not an orchard. Um, and mushrooms, limited quantities of mushrooms, which, as everybody should know, also appear for like each species different times of year, but very short periods. So we appear to have some adaptation to eating mushrooms, including psychedelic mushrooms. Um, so it depends on like as far as like the word omnivore. If you mean we eat both, yes, but we don't need to necessarily, and we fit into the hyper carnivore category, uh, which people hear that and they don't really understand what the distinctions are. You know what does that mean? Omnivore typically is meaning something that's eating more closely to 50-50, but or 60-40. Veganism destroys all life forms to grow its stuff. Every bug, lizard, frog, everything. Yeah, they plow over an entire ecosystem. And, uh, deer fawns, like someone should go out and get clips of like deer fawns chopped up by the machines in the fields for vegans to eat. We are not designed for solely meat diet. That is a fact. Also, fact, human teeth are not designed to chew raw meat. Well, explain to me how I ate both raw steak and raw fish like yesterday, just fine. And humans have been using these stone tools for millions of years. We have the ability to cut the meat up if we need to, but you can eat it just fine with our teeth. The sharp canine teeth are for killing. It's not what you necessarily need for consuming the meat. You look at the back feet teeth of the dog now, or a wolf. Yeah, they got a little more of a jagged nature to them, but they're not big canines. You're focusing on those canines. Humans can eat raw meat just fine. I do it all the time. Feeling wellness among beautiful family. Don't do an excess, Mr. Lee. You can say fact all you want. Not true. This soul meat eater. They said he's taking a break, Mr. Lee. I was asking that earlier. His shows ain't been on. We eat best when we forage and hunt. Yeah. That's how humans got so clever. Yeah. Yeah. Man, live your life the way you want and live it you like meat, eat it, you like veggies, eat it, don't worry what the next man does. Oh yeah. But like, look, I'm just trying to save lives here. People are killing themselves with this crap. They're killing babies. Like vegans sometimes go to jail because their baby dies because they made them eat vegan. Humans ain't clever. Mr. Lee says he's clever. Donald says, yeah, I'll pass on the jail sentence for killing the moose, Lockbeard. The state of Vermont has ways they track them animals. Oh, yeah, in Vermont, their numbers are really low. Actually, I got a map that I'm going to show Saturday of the moose. I think it's on my slideshow of the moose range. And, you know, because I'm going to be talking about, like, some of these animals where the moose, I think, is still in most of its range, but a lot of its range is no longer existent because humans are stupid, and their numbers are reduced from what they're supposed to be in nature. But yeah, it sucks. You can't just go out and feed yourself. Yeah, that's a perfectly good meal. You're so wrong. You don't have a fucking clue what you're talking about, Lockbeard. Yeah, that's what he says. Not as clever as Lockbeard, though. Well, if you say so, Mr. Lee. Get a grip, Mr. Lee. Yeah, that sleet's coming. I'm going to be encased in ice soon. Be awesome. Feed your carnivores raw. Yeah. And you've become too ideological about it. We're not designed to eat only meat, let alone raw meat. That is bullshit. We are totally designed to eat raw meat. Totally. And not just raw, somewhat decomposed. We're designed for that. That's just 100% evident. There's a reason why we like to age our beef, man. Clever and made this so. And I'm not saying exclusively meat. I'm just saying almost exclusively meat. But especially if you're fat. If you're fat, you don't need to fatten up. So you don't need to eat fruit ever. And even when you're lean, you don't need to eat fruit all the time. You just need to eat it when it's in season. If it's on a tree in nature, that's fine. If it's on a tree in nature in an orchard, you need to limit yourself because you're not supposed to eat the whole damn orchard. Or that clever been made that stupid so quickly. I'll sit and share my 3 dogs and mini tiger, now all raw meat. Feed them grain free. My dogs usually eat whatever meat they have for supper except pork. See, I just sent that to the home page and it doesn't show a change. So I guess Western New York isn't doing their... Yeah. Okay. I've confirmed it now. Sasquatch Speaks is on Friday at 7. So there won't be a Wednesday show today. So we're not missing New York, Western New York Sasquatch right now. So that's good. I was going to bow out if he was on. My gut loves raw. Yeah, he's totally wrong. Humans are totally, because people are like, oh, the only reason we could use meat is because we learned to cook it. No, that is absolutely not true. That is some dumbasses who come up with that bullshit. Humans, in fact, I guarantee you for most of our evolutionary period where we became more and more focused on eating meat, which was millions of years, we were eating raw meat. We were eating raw meat. And when we did discover fire, it slowly got adopted, spread across the world. That's great. But do you think somebody said, hey, let's cook our meat? Like, do you think anyone ever thought of that? No, they've been eating raw meat their entire evolutionary history. No, but what they did figure out is, well, we can keep warm when it gets a little cool. We can scare wild animals off that are trying to eat our kill. They probably figured that out. Eventually, they figured out, like, if you put if you put wood over fire and heat it in the fire, it hardens the wood, so you can make your spear harder. Humans are designed to eat raw meat. Period. End of story. To put it the way Hiveless is here, he doesn't know what he's talking about. We're designed to eat meat raw. I do it all the time. So, whatever, dude. Come lazy, don't even think for yourself. Pop Creek says, I would really worry about eating anything that came from a box or a can. I haven't seen them running around in the wild. Yeah. But we are pigs at a trough. Meow. Yeah. Eat called stinky raw food. I even eat so-called stinky raw food. It's vegetarian. Knowing how I could go back to that. Yeah, screw that. Mr. Lee keeping his thoughts and realizing people forget things after 2 weeks in this community. Pat might not have a following after 2 weeks off. We're not going to let that happen, though. Ruthless been made to feel eating meat is bad and against nature. Yeah, yeah. It's tartare with onions, tomatoes. I quit that, though, because it's complicated to eat sloppy cold meat. I stopped listening to the BS long time ago, says Space Cake. Sasquatch Wizard and Arndex, welcome. My doctor said, do other eat red meat or fat. Do another eat red meat or fat. What? Our guts crave fermented foods, yeah. Aged beef, we do it for a reason. It's good for us. Forever. He's never getting through this chat at this pace. Take it from the expert and getting behind in chat. Oh, well, I know. I gotta speed it up. What If is here? Jim, welcome. Tata. Weed is legal in Oklahoma? Yeah, like medicinal, like there's rules. It's stupid. We were surprised too. How's the weather over the other side of the world, Mr. Lee? He's probably laughing at us. Y'all freaking out. We deal with this shit all the time. It's mild in London. I'm in the garden smoking, says Mr. Lee. No, I wouldn't. There's plenty of shit to kill, man. There's plenty of shit to kill. She eat raw meat because nature didn't create cooking stoves. Yep. Nature's raw. Every other carnivore eats raw. Fruits raw. Why can't people eat potatoes raw? Well, potatoes are not a natural food for humans. They evolved in America, and humans only started eating those a few hundred years ago. So you really shouldn't eat potatoes at all. That's being said, I had a serving of potatoes this morning, fried taters with my breakfast, but just a serving. Uh, yeah, standing man. Dude, how much weed did he have to smoke to say all that shit he said last night? Todd to shut his YouTube off to get rid of the echo was annoying. I quit right off. Yeah, I was not dude, like, respect your viewers. Like, if you got a sound problem, stop everything and fix it. And but look, they don't respect the viewers. Like, they were deleting comments of anyone that was saying anything slightly challenging of the freaking guest who they should have known. Anyway, so that's how you know that's a bullshit Bigfoot channel right there. Discover Sasquatch bullshit channel. Haywood, what has happened onto the radio show? Keto cleans the veins of plaque. Potatoes come from America. Prove it now. Because why would potatoes come from only America if potatoes are worldwide? Because humans took them other places, dude. Look it up. Just look that up. Don't even. Why are you coming, dude? I will never get through to you. I studied botany for a long time, geology as well, environmental sciences, biology. I've studied all this stuff. You have not, and you keep coming in here saying these things I know are absolutely not true. Look it up. Potatoes are awesome, dude. I'm just saying they're not natural food for humans. And space is real. Sorry. They critic citric acid from limes. May be clean the veins from plaque. They're just my theory, though. Artichokes are very high in carbohydrates. I love them, though. Yeah. Olive oil and garlic. Every comment, Mank, just stop. Yeah. I was up late today. Gives me my news. He's my fave snooze guy. Michael Haywood. Yeah. Hey, man. On Monday and Wednesday, 9 Central Time. Another Day in the Life. Is that the name of that's your channel name, right? Another Day in the Life. So are we talking about a paranormal specific show, live with chat and all that? Rolling on the floor. Not your fault, Michael. Yes, the Viking Diet absolutely did not have potatoes in it. Potatoes originated in the Andes Mountains area in South America. Humans obtained them there and then bred them into larger versions like we have today, and then transported them elsewhere in the world. Vikings were now that towards the end of the Viking age. Now, if you say, okay, Vikings, if you're saying Vikings existed after potatoes were transported elsewhere, I mean, maybe you got something there. But the original Vikings did not have potatoes. They did not. Sorry. And I'm not sure when exactly they cut the cutoff point for when did there stop being Vikings, because Viking blood still exists today. So that's, whatever. Eat mushrooms. Thor was documented to have a giant fat belly, maybe from Carbs and spots. Oh, man. That's the truth. Truth, what you mean? Me knowledge is good. Sheesh. Veganism, shemignism, mushrooms, sour cream, sweet taters. I don't know what the hell's going on with your ass, man. elk steak, stick book poo. Between a big stinky shit in between our posts. Ticks are devastating the moose here, Lockbeard. Is that from the disease transmission from the increased white-tailed deer? Because that was my understanding. What part of the issue was is we've expanded the deer range, and they're getting up in the moose areas, and their diseases are harming the moose. So I think the solution is simple. No limit on deer hunting in the ranges that intersect the moose range. Try to separate them. Try to separate them geographically. You got to keep them separated. Game flour, I'd cook it in duck fat or lard because I assume it is lean meat. Yeah. Yeah, a little more fat ain't gonna hurt. Shit on a stick. Nobody will come near you. Too lean, which I used to think was good, but with the protein, you got to have fatter carbs, or you waste away to nothing. Yeah, poo's always going to come up, I guess. Sorry. Much of a chance. Raw cheese. Bloody cheese pricks. No, absolutely not. You don't need fruit, oats, potatoes. You need no. Look, you're just not doing it right, man. That's all I can tell you. You're just not doing it right. So glad our ancestors were smarter than some of these theorists today. Yeah. I got a question. What do you guys think about these so-called dogman sightings? Misidentifications, probably. And some people are lying. They're just straight up lying. Too much want over need. Do you think it's an actual creature or misidentified Bigfoot? I think a few of them may actually be misidentified Bigfoot. Mr. Pat, where are you? I don't know where he's at. Is that what you don't stream now, Dad? What? The internet keeps cutting out. He sees your comment, Mr. Lee. He said dogma. Yeah, fucking dog, man. Yeah, time off. Polly, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, fire didn't change much at all with making food more palatable. Snap out of it, Mank. Yeah, it had nothing to do with that at all. I've talked about why I think people started really cooking their meat so much elsewhere. Papa Craig says, "Yeah, it's nice out, Mr. Lee. What do you want? Everything." Maybe Mr. Pat is lurking. That's okay though. Yeah, he can lurk. Maybe he just needs a goddamn break from all this bullshit. What about the supposed different types of Bigfoot? Way into speculation. Just too much speculation. Talking about that shit like what's his nuts who's got me blocked now. The Duke. Everyone loves the Duke, right? Man, he's just a storyteller. He's so sure the Janasqua this and all. Look, dude, you don't fucking know that shit. He spouts so much bullshit. He is a yarn spinning motherfucker. Keep it simple, stupid. Not in the realm. Simple, stupid. Yeah. Wagon breath. My uncle drummed that into me from a very young age. Only real father figure me. As soon as I can get over my anxiety of speaking on camera, I do plan to get more into the paranormal and put some videos out I've gotten over years. What do you think of his raw diet theory knowledge? I've heard there were different types. Yeah. Nobody can say that for sure at this point. We can't even say the damn thing exists for sure. You know what I mean? Like prove Bigfoot, just Bigfoot exists first. Jen says, Papa, I'm guessing Nana has it all in order. Nana says, keep it simple or I'll hurt you. I've only seen one big, tall, and ugly. Yeah. Just like humans, different shapes and colors. Where's Derek, that Irish potato king? Pyro says, Columbus discovered potatoes and took them back to the old world. Yeah, Miss McManus last night. Lockbeard every day now. Yes. No, not necessarily, Mr. Lee. I've just been able to pull it off here lately, these last couple of days. Ticks are supposedly are a GMO man-made bioweapon. Are you serious? Ticks have existed forever, man. Parasites are a natural part of the world. Wizard says, Lockbeard, before I go tooting my horn, I have read and listened to studies that cover whether or not there is enough wild game for our current population to live off of, and studies say there is not. Yeah, that's something like I'd have to dig into some numbers more. Like, because I've talked about how I eat way less food when I'm eating a strictly meat diet. Like my hunger goes way down. I don't need as much food. I think I'm getting proper nutrition. I have no deficiencies if I'm eating nothing but meat. You know, something in the neighborhood of 370 pounds of food a year is what I would eat on a meat diet. Your average American is 500, 600 pounds of food a year eating otherwise. So one would have to start like, throwing some numbers together and trying to get some accurate counts and figuring out how much meat's on the land. And of course we eat a very limited number of types of animals. That's one problem. And then there's more and more people in the world. That's another issue. Like if we shut down all immigration to America, I'm pretty sure that America could sustain itself indefinitely because our population isn't growing if we don't have immigration. And if we get better of managing our wildlife and all that stuff. I think we got plenty. Because think about it. If people are eating 200 pounds more than me on average, they're still eating meat in their diet for the most part. That extra food is coming from plants. And they're probably not eating, maybe they're eating a little bit less meat than I am because they're eating all this other shit. But if we stop using all that farmland to grow all the goddamn grain and the corn and the, potatoes and broccoli and cabbage and all that other stuff, turn that land into pasture or like let it go back wild and fill up with more moose and deer and bear and all these other things that we can eat. Well, look at the hog. Look at the freaking hogs. We're having to just wipe out wild hogs, because they're just creating a problem. Well, let's start eating those. I think that there is more than adequate meat available to sustain our population. Now, China, I don't know, but think about this too. All that plant, look, nature, think of it as one whole. Like you extract the nutrition out of nature one way or another, right? You can extract it as corn, you can extract it as wheat, you can extract it as meat, but it all comes from that whole. So if what's available on the planet is able to sustain us now, it doesn't matter how we extract it. We could extract it as meat instead of corn, right? There is definitely adequate uh, adequate wild game as well as our cows and stuff to sustain us. They don't want us to know that and understand that, but like I said, I was tracking my dietary intake very closely, and when I went from like a typical bodybuilder diet down to keto and into carnivore, and then spent months on carnivore, and I eat way less food, way less. Like it was somewhere between 25 to 30% of what I ate before. So if I figured that up, let's say I just went with 30%, you know, say I figured 30. Hey, I'm throwing these numbers around roughly here. 33%. Let's say 33% was 200 pounds. Let's say I was eating probably 600 pounds of food a year, and I dropped it down nearly half. You know, I don't know, dude. I just think their numbers are off. I could try to crunch the numbers more effectively or better to figure out something more concrete, but I think that they are absolutely wrong when they tell us that there's not enough meat to feed us. I mean, Australia's got, well, what is it, like 3 million wild camels running around, and nobody's freaking eating them in the desert. 300 million wild camels running around. I bet one camel would feed most people, like one person, maybe at least half a year, or if not the whole year. They don't want us to understand, like, there's a lot more. The meat production ability of the land is far beyond what they lead us on to think. It's Donald says that mild winter is not killing off the ticks. Well, maybe this one will. Offspring reference. He says he will be on Moog's show tomorrow. I've heard that too. Manx escaped from the research facility off the coast of New York. In fact, there is not enough wild game for shitheads to fan for more than a year. Maybe not. It just depends on how humans act, how efficient they are at using things, and if they still maintain some level of management. Don't kill all the females, stuff like that. Moog's tomorrow, Mr. Lee. I think a lot of dogman sightings are missing it for Bigfoot. They probably are, some of them. But I think some people are just flat out lying. Or they even just saw a freaking wolf and didn't understand what they were looking at. Dead cat and kitty that will have 10th live. Pat Shirley is on a whiskey binge. Without fires, there's no long, slow-cooked beef cheeks in red wine. What? Overbuilt. Welcome, Overbuilt. It says, Lockbeard, eat meat. I heard about beating your meat, to tenderize it. My wife likes it better. Hello, Judy. I can't agree with you, Mr. Lee. Sorry. Or are they exclusive to North America? I think Bigfoot have migrated to a lot of areas. I think that Bigfoot probably developed here for thousands of years, though. After migrating to America from Europe or Asia. Enlightened mink. Carnivore is supposedly bad for making people shit bloody. That's just not. No. Nope. Absolutely not. Nope. Someone's shitting bloody bricks, they got some other problem going on. You absolutely do not need any fiber in your diet. I'm proof of it, sitting right here. UK, apparently there's a Welsh legend or something. Yep, I say bring it. I want to see a serious ice storm this time, damn it. Release the iron dog duck, native deer jackers. Mank said the ticks are a bioweapon made by man. Yeah, man. Parasites have existed forever, man. Lester, I don't know. Michael. Duke rules. Duke hasn't informed the show. Ain't found any faults. His bluntness is a virtue. Yeah, I don't like him at all. And I think he's full of a lot of shit. Just, you know, playing with his mole limb. I think he had a late night. Wasn't your turn to keep track of him, Michael? Just vitamin C, initially, if I'm, because a lot of times I'm having to eat cooked meat. Raw meat has all the vitamin C you need, but if you're not eating raw meat all the time, then you'll end up being a little deficient in vitamin C. That's the only vitamin I regularly take. Maybe a little vitamin D, and I do take a little vitamin D, but and then there's some like you talking about like regular, it's vitamin C, but I have some iodine, in case I'm not getting enough seafood and stuff, and then some zinc just to help knock back, certain illnesses and stuff, but testosterone and stuff like that. But yeah, vitamin D, like because we wear clothes and stuff, and we stay inside a lot. We don't get enough sun in the wintertime, so you're probably a little deficient in vitamin D in the wintertime. So, but beyond that, goes to real. I heard one walk in around the home, move by itself. Yeah. Yeah, I don't deny ghosts are real. Big thing here from coast to coast. I really want to find one. Too many people believe in this. Got to be something to it. Documentaries guys are out west. Got the most convincing video evidence I've ever seen. Yeah. Don't showing me what sort of cowboy is he. Are there yellow cowboys? Oh, man. Have a good one. You too, Jim. Take it easy. Judy says, I've been in quite the conversation over the meat ideal. Could you talk shit, Peter? People get jack of it. Yeah. Yeah. Meat instead of corn. Yeah. Bank says, rough, you brainwashed. Why would tick population explode and the sucking of blood of every animal through American woodlands? It's a plan to limit natural food supply. Nah, dude, what the hell's wrong with you, man? Ticks are a natural part of the ecosystem. Burns bridges is a hobby. Corn is poison. Yeah. Don says we'll be too busy hunting our food source that we won't continue having time or energy to overpopulate, so our food source will balance out. Yeah. Yeah. And even if you do run out of wild game there in food and stuff nearby, people will start eating each other, which, probably a good thing. Hello, chessboard. Welcome. Mr. Lee says, Lockbeard, when are the doctors going to wise up and stop telling people everything in moderation crap? The docs need to wise up on nutrition facts, man. They're not. They go to universities with controlled curriculum designed to teach them to support an industry, a money making business. You need sick people for them to make money. So they're not going to change that. They're not nutritionists at all. Doctors do not know squat about proper nutrition, period. That's it. They're some smart guys. They've been taught certain things, but a lot of things they've been taught is absolutely wrong and cannot be trusted. If you trust the doctors, you will end up in surgery and on pills, and you will suffer the last 3 decades of your life at least and die in misery. It's pretty grim, but Judy says, Wolf, I've seen one of my window backyard lab went missing. He never returned home. Wizard says, I respectively listen and certainly I do not have the education, but it only seems logical that ancient humans would graze on plants between kills, much like a bear. What's your thoughts? Oh, they probably eat some things here and there, but you think about like wheat, wild wheat. Would you eat that? Well, for one, the wheat we have now is not the same as the wheat that we found. We've changed it. It's had, I think, two chromosomal doublings, and so we bred it to be a bigger kernel, and also we bred it to stay on the stalk instead of falling off when it's supposed to, so we could harvest it. Wheat's just absolutely not part of our diet. Fruit wouldn't have been available except for a very short period of time when it's in season, and you'd only find sparse trees, and then you got to the fruits would be smaller than what we see on our grocery store shelves, and you got to compete with wildlife to get it. So by the time you find a particular fruit tree, a lot of it may be gone because the wildlife already got it. So yeah, we would probably do some, but when I'm eating a strictly carnivore diet, like my hunger's so low, I require so much less food that like I can go 2 days without eating and not be a problem. But if I've been eating carbs, like it seems like I get hungry like every couple hours, or like I only stop eating because I'm just so freaking stuffed, not because I don't want to keep eating the potato chips or the pasta or whatever it happens to be. Eating is not such an emergency anymore when you stop being a carbaholic and you're eating nothing but wild game. So you got a good 2 days at least to hunt for a new animal. And and wild humans, they were killing like shit like mastodons. So you could probably camp out around a mastodon for weeks eating on that. And so you got tons of time for someone else to bring down another animal. I don't think they had a lot of downtime in most cases. They stayed around all those herds. When I show y'all this stuff on Saturday, you're going to hopefully get a better picture of what the situation really was for ancient man. Food was very plentiful in the form of tons and tons, literally, of meat. Nearly every animal they were busy eating was measured in tons. Sometimes up to 13,000 pound animals. So, but yeah, they might be eating a little bit of plants here and there, but most plants that weren't going to taste good to them. I mean, and things like broccoli didn't even exist in nature. Like there was brassicas, wild brassicas, but we selectively bred those into broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts. All that shit's not natural. They're breeds of a wild brassica that we created when we did the whole agricultural revolution thing, which was a big freaking mistake. So, and on top of that, occasionally we would kill the freaking bear too, and we'd eat that. So, well, Mank, one, we can't totally discount the boat, but two, he migrated just like other things. Like Saturday, one of the animals I'm going to talk about is the camel. The camel is known from places like the Middle East right now, but not from America. But the fact is that camels originally evolved in America and migrated out because, again, the sea level goes up and down, the land goes up and down sometimes, and so there's been periods of time where animals could move in and out of America and Europe and Asia and transfer across those places. So yeah, Sasquatch could have hopped over at one of those times, and for all we know, Sasquatch could make the swim. Polar bears make massive distances of swims. Up there in the Arctic, going from one chunk of ice to another, sometimes arriving over in Europe. So it's not that far fetched that they might, land bridge is one of the ways. Wizard, I forgot where you're at. All doctors and their bullshit nutritional crap. Yeah. Climbed in the window, leaving a note. Land bridge, yeah. It's a normal thing, man. I think it was between Asia and Alaska. It could have been there, and it could also have been Europe. Theory how people migrated way back when Bigfoot could have come on over on it. Yeah, and Bigfoot could have come before our type of human came over. Right after the Bigfoot diverged from our line, because I think they definitely diverged from human, and they are human, and they're a race of people, not a separate species. That's what I think they are. They're just a little bigger and hairier. Vitamin B12C. Vitamin C from fruits, though. Haha. That means we need fruits because man-made vitamin C is fake crap. Mank. We do not need vitamin C from man-made or fruit if you eat raw meat. Raw meat has vitamin C, and if you eat carbs, it competes with your body's ability to absorb vitamin C, so it makes it where you have to consume more vitamin C to compensate for that. But if you eat nothing but meat, you need less vitamin C because you don't have that problem. And the raw meat contains the vitamin C that you need. So, yeah. Goes to real. Yeah. Yeah, we pretty much can show that. That's it. Don't think of it as a magical thing. It's completely explainable with the right science. It's just that mainstream science is kind of, it's got some gaps. We'll call them gaps in their knowledge. You have a autist tell me I'm brainwashed, yet you parrot complete lunacies and batshit crazy beliefs you consume from YouTube. Oh, talking to Mank? Yeah. Yeah. He don't even know land bridges, man. Stretched himself a few times. Are you talking about ghosts? Yeah. Nothing to be scared of. Nothing to be scared of. They can't really do anything to you. Just disembodied people in a lot of cases. And they're more confused about the situation than you. A lot of times they don't understand what's going on. They don't realize they're dead. Sure, those stats don't encompass your data being humans eating meat only would eat 30% less. I'm not sure what you mean there. Yeah, I'm trying, Mr. Lee. I'm trying. Just the thing is white bread. Natural ecosystem has a balance. These ticks are unbalanced. How do you know they're unbalanced? See, in nature, people think everything's not always in balance. Sometimes, a climatic fluctuation, because the climate fluctuates naturally, might cause a species of one thing to jump, and then anything that eats that species or parasitizes that species is going to have a jump in population to take advantage of that excess resource, and then bring its numbers back down to roughly what a balance would be. But then it might drop it down too far for a while because those numbers are now too populated for how many of those there are. I really need to have some artificial intelligence to illustrate shit I'm trying to convey here. Anyway, so a balance isn't a level line all the time. It's just kind of this. Shit's going up and down, and compensations for other compensations, and so forth. Yeah, less food, and you're not starving yourself either. You're not starving. Wrong tick, it'll kill you dead. Get the wrong, yeah, it will. And that's part of nature too. Absolutely, for me, it was 10 years ago. Disability from drunk driver, no drugs for the last 3 years. Yeah, natural food supplies because the evil elites have planned to limit. Well, they are up to some shit, but I don't think the ticks are. Ticks happen, dude. Yeah, rubbish. The substances of humans traveled last ice age from Australia to Africa. 11,000-year-old DNA found recently in Africa. Yeah, humans got around a lot more than they want you to know. True hidden. Yeah. He can go. He can book a cruise. I showed him where he could book a cruise last night. Whose podcasts are on tonight, says Donald. I'll bring it up here in a little bit. I'm trying to catch up in the dang chat, but you guys just keep on chatting. Some conspiracies are real. I agree, but I don't think the tick thing. Lockbeard. Yeah, I'm on right now, but released from the Plum Island. All right, how I have to take extra vitamin C. I've talked about the vitamin C thing before, Mank. I don't know. Like, there's a lot to say about that. Like, it's an interesting situation, but dude, you got it wrong. You got it wrong, Mank. Yes, Plum Island, couldn't remember the name, was off the coast of New York. Is that a fact? I don't think Lockbeard is going to want to entertain us all night, Mr. Lee, says Donald. Mr. Pat come back, says Mr. Lee. Antarctica would be good to travel to know if the flat Earth dome is there. Yeah, go find it, man. Prove it. Lock it up. Look it up. Yeah. If you want to watch a bullshit channel, you go watch Bigfoot Odyssey, I guess. Hello, brothers. You're missing Pat. Yeah, we need Pat back. We need to talk sometime. There's been several things you mentioned that I'm right on board with. Cover not a piece of shit. You did that to you. Zombie deers that no one would eat, creating a natural. Well, no, because we managed the deer to be too numerous. So, we're having because when the population is too thick, the deer have more contact with each other because there's more individuals in the smaller space. And so they spread disease more. And you're talking about chronic wasting disease. I was actually involved for a short time with a chronic wasting disease detection. We were trying to see if we could find it in a particular population. Anyway, so you're talking about the zombie deers. I think you're talking about chronic wasting disease, which does not require ticks to transmit. But yeah, the disease eats away. It's similar to the what's that called? Crutchfield, something or other disease that humans can get. Some people think it might be the same disease that transfers. I don't think it is. But anyway, the answer to that is not to worry about damn ticks. It's to kill more deer in those areas that have too many deer. Because when chronic wasting disease popped up in Wisconsin, it cost their economy millions because people were scared of it, and they're so heavily dependent on the hunting dollars. That's really like weird about ghosts in that it's a mystery to them. It's what can follow with them that can be frightening. The corn was more or less a grass with tiny little cob of corn the size of a pencil but shorter. Yeah, we have changed it drastically. It's a completely unnatural thing anymore. It can't even survive on its own because if you drop a corn cob drops on the ground now, and all those kernels try to grow at once, and then they're competing heavily with each other, and then none of them manage to make it to where they can breed properly. So these breeds of corn we have now can't live in nature. They totally require us to remove them from the cob and plant them separated by a great enough distance so they can do their thing. They're so totally unnatural food. Way bigger kernels, higher sugar content than nature. It's just not natural. Man-made vitamin C is supposedly bad for health, causing cancer. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. But if you need to supplement vitamin C, you just got to. Mess me. I'm sorry. I'm not responding. I'm driving and can't read the chat. What is next for you, Lockbeard? Now you jacked in your job. What? I don't know what's next for me. I just need to find something else to do. I don't know. Keep promoting the channel, Mr. Lee. Maybe I can be a full-time YouTuber if this damn thing ever gets monetized and I can actually make a proper income on it. Do more with the channel. That'd be cool. I could do this. Fuck. But right now it costs money for me to do this, so that's not viable at the moment. But so I need to find something to do. I just don't know what exactly. I'm looking at natural resource jobs and stuff like that. So something that keeps me more in the natural world and not doing some of the crazy shit I've been doing here in this most recent job. I'll pass on Bigfoot Odyssey. I'd like a refund for blocking me when I was paying customer. Yeah, well, isn't that a bitch? Isn't that a slap in the goddamn face? I'm getting vindicated with every person like you that has been through their bullshit at Bigfoot Odyssey. Because people are like criticizing me. Yeah, you're being this and that. You're being an asshole and you're creating division. No, motherfuckers. Carrie and people like him do that with their channel or with their bullshit and promoting bullshit and protecting their guests from honest, solid, real questions in the chat because they're more concerned about being able to continually put more guests on their show because they need content. They're more concerned with that than the truth. They don't give a fuck what the truth is. Carrie is not the real deal. No matter how he tries to push, maybe he really saw Bigfoot at some point, but I could question that at that point because I don't trust him. He lost my trust. I used to watch the show a lot. He lost my trust. So I don't trust him. He's a goddamn hypocrite. Him and fucking Zasky and their little circle jerk going on over there. And we know Zasky's full of shit. Every goddamn shadow is a Bigfoot with that motherfucker, and he's selling it. He's selling shadows. He's selling people goddamn shadows. So people are selling that money to go to Zasky to sell him a goddamn shadow and tell, look, it's a Bigfoot. Instead of that money could go to real research, legitimate researchers, maybe actually find something real. Bigfoot Odyssey and company, all the other people that go along with those kind of channels are hurting our ability to find the truth. You got someone like me that's probably got what it takes in here to find some shit out, but I don't have the funding. That funding's getting sucked up by shit like that. It don't have to be fucking me. I'd like to do it. It'd be fun, to do some real research into unidentified species. I totally would love to discover a new species myself. It doesn't have to be Bigfoot. It could be anything. But I want to see somebody discover something solid and new about these things. And you're not going to get that from bullshit artists like Carrie, like fucking the whole Dark Waters Dogman crew, all those fuckers. And I'm sorry for those of you that like LIB, Long Island Bigfoot. Bullshit artists. I don't know how you guys don't smell bullshit artists all over that motherfucker from the moment he says 3 words. But he's a bullshit artist. Professor of Nutrition. Yeah, sorry about that rant. Sorry. Yes, makes 2, 3. Zombie deers have zero to do with what you think. Yeah. You don't fucking know, though. Stop being a sheep. Oh, shit. So, wasting disease, yes. Supposedly rampant here just last few years, but have to yet to meet one in person that has gotten an infected deer. Yeah. Yeah. We had a problem when we were doing the chronic wasting disease monitoring program in Northeast Oklahoma. A lot of hunters simply did not want to participate because we needed them to let us take samples from their deer carcass, from the head primarily. And they didn't want to do it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the hunters are afraid that if chronic wasting disease is detected in the local deer population, that the conservationists will then want to come in and thin out the local deer population, which would be a smart thing to do to try to wipe out the chronic wasting disease before it spreads all over the damn place. But you don't want that shit spreading all over the place. It'd be a bad deal. But you're their number one moderator, Mr. Lee. Yeah, Mr. Lee's been consorting with the enemy, Mr. Lee. You're consorting with the enemy. Say hello, people, Donald. More interested in melting areas, show green trees, gold, rubies, emeralds, and an entire civilization caught in time, hidden under a veil. Melted areas that show green trees. I don't know what the heck. Start doing some van life stuff. I love shit like that. Well, I don't really got my. I mean, I'm probably not the best person to present that. It's not doing anything wild with it or anything. Just living. Truther Mike, and it's sad to see, my friend. You feel like a telephone. Mr. Lee says, I do sometimes. So jealous. I'd seriously love to shed everything and live out there somewhere. Yeah. Oh, look at there. Another one of them. Hide, and there's the banhammer. You're blocked. Yeah, I saw it, Mr. Lee. Van Life Lockbeard. I don't know if I get this thing pimped out a little bit, but there's really nothing special going on here. It's the van. It's got some shit in it. It's got me living in it. Bam. Wonder Pat is with STN doing his drone skit as part of whatever they have been up to. Don't know. Fake purple M-bot. Lockbeard, he doesn't care about the truth. I got the proof of that from DMs with Carrie. It got pretty heated. Yeah. He don't care. He's in it for he's in it. He's a parasite on the Bigfoot community, the cryptid community. Him along with all the other ones that I've mentioned and some that I haven't mentioned. I'm kind of leery about mentioning certain ones because people love them so much. They just love them. But they've done shit that's speaks to their ethics. And they're thought of as these good people and blah blah blah. No, god damn it. No, you look, it's just like they say, Satan's not going to come up to you and just start attacking you. He's going to come up and he's going to be real friendly and get all buddy with you. That's those motherfuckers out there. But at least, like, if they're pushing Dogman pretty heavy, probably got a bullshit artist, you know. So that's one thing you can kind of use to screen them out. There's no goddamn Dogman. Sorry, there's no goddamn Dogman. Animals scatter some of the corn. Yeah, they do that. They can do that, but everything out there is wanting to eat that damn corn. Never found a lone corn stalk in the middle of the woods. Yeah. Because everything wants to eat those kernels of corn. And if one of those corn stalks grow, everything wants to eat the damn corn plant. You know, deer, they go out and they'll eat the corn plants. So the wild or domestic corn cannot survive in the wild. Or Hivas B, I've not seen him. Where is Hivas B? He's here. He's that cat character. Dead Cat Radio, Mr. Hugh, is Hivas B. Exactly the same as you do here, Meg. Just pushing your theories and not accepting the truth. Ruthless is on the money, says Mark Dodman. Yeah. Every single time, too, Meg. Come in here pushing the shit. Ruthless says, Maki, you don't give a fuck if you rub people on investigations and understanding. I feel you. You mean Lockie? Rub people the wrong way? You mean? House B is dead 9 times, kind of dead. What the hell? Well, if he was a real bee and he don't have a hive, he would die because you got to have a hive. That's your opinion. It means nothing. I use science. You don't use any science, dude. You use a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry, but you don't have any science backing up any of this shit you say. Maybe a little bit. Maybe you got lucky on a couple things, but you think the Earth's flat, for fuck's sake. Damn typos, yeah. I'll just learn as I go, y'all. Yeah. Rest in peace, Hiveless. Lockbeard, you don't give a fuck if you rub people on investigations and understanding. I feel you. Yeah. Simply, bro, don't listen to people's theories either. My beliefs and theories are always evolving. Papa Craig says, Chessboard, I'm working in a prison for 10 years as a supervisor and counselor trying to help criminals change their way of thinking. They have thinking errors that guarantee they will go back. Yeah. But, yeah, Papa, I think part of the error in our system is the system, you know, the error that thinking that, because you take a human and you put them in a cage for years and it makes them nuts. And then when you let them out, you know, a lot of jobs won't hire them. Oh, you're a felon, I won't hire you. So now they don't, like, because they served their time, right? Well, they're still getting punished after they leave. Did they serve their time or not? They're still getting punished because they got this record that prevents them from ever getting a good career. You know, our system has problems, and so, you know, not taking blame off the criminal themselves for what they did, but the fact is you put me in a cage. Like, I've only spent 3 years in such one of those hotels, or I'm sorry, 3 days. 3 days in one of those hotels, and I was ready to execute everyone I saw. I cannot be confined. It's not a good thing. I cannot be confined. I'm ready to destroy civilizations to get my freedom back, and just because I'm pissed off. So I think part of the problem is the system. They need to find a different way to deal with some of this stuff. Why don't you just piss off and stop annoying people, says Mark Dobman to Mank, I think it was. Good day, chessboard. Mark Dobman, the fight will always be demand to be right at any cost. I detest being right, as it is painful. Papa says, I'm seeing the same thing, crippling thinking errors. Lockbeard, who do you like in the Sasquatch world? Pat, Joe, Jeff, Sean, those kind of people. Some of the kind of the regular live stream folks, wrong about so much. Papa Kirk says basic scientific principle, hot air rises. Things I cannot even mention, says Ruthless. Chronic wasting disease sounds like a symptom of zombification disease. It's just a fucking prion disease, man. It's not a conspiracy. Probably. Nature does stuff like that. Deer are plagued with wasting disease in Arkansas. Yeah. Sometimes you want to go mad, Ruthless. Ruthless says, Mank, you feel joy, relief. It's not a feeling I ever get from actualized belief I may hold. So you guys can't see it, but like a bot that I blocked earlier, it looks like they tried to post again, but it shows me here they were blocked. I don't know. You might be able to see it because I'm not looking at YouTube. Maybe you can see it on YouTube too. Damn bots. I'm trying to show compassion, but I fail. Papa says, it doesn't matter much what you have, Lockbeard. People love van and camping vids. Yeah. That would take some time to kind of set that kind of stuff up and do it. I'd probably need some other kind of camera situation to do that. I don't know. I thought about it, maybe doing some stuff and showing some people, maybe some hacks that most people maybe haven't seen, but I don't know. I'm not a full-time YouTuber. It takes time. It takes equipment. It takes, takes a lot. Ruthless says, holy fuck, there's a word not spoken much. Ethics. Yeah. Knowledge, melted lands, Ruby. What? Melted land? Dude, you got him on that damn circuit board earth crap again. Is this a nightmare video? He was asking another day. I like Bigfoot Aussie though, Lockbeard. I know you do, but hopefully one day you are awakened to the light that Donald and I are trying to awaken you with. Love it, just amazes the resources of it. Maybe even a fishing episode too. Maybe. I don't do a lot of fishing anymore. Florida Marquis. Bees have one sting and die. Yeah. So they forgot going to check it out on this live. Maybe he doesn't use his stinger. Well, he hasn't delivered a single sting that I've seen yet. He thinks he stings people all the time, though. People put themselves out here on YouTube. They don't seem to understand what they will mean. Mogs and Lockbeard are my favorite shows. Yeah, did I mention Mogs a while ago? I mean, I didn't mention everybody. I just, Just mention the ones that came to my mind there. But Mogs, yeah, I like Mogs. Well-faced are, but they're not bees. Yeah. Papa Craig says, "Oh yeah, Lockbeard, putting people in a warehouse is hurting, not helping." Yeah. So you got your job cut out for you if you're trying to help those people psychologically, because then they're expected to come out and be able to function in society. I mean, holy shit, you got your job cut out for you. You're a good man, Papa. That's why they all, well, not all of them, but that's why so many go back. They go right back. They, especially if they've been in there for years, Papa. They have no idea how to survive in society, but they know how to live in a prison. So, you know, it's just kind of they end up landing back there. B was single sting drone. B, there's bees and Watson horse. I'd gone hornet myself. Spent a year in Swedish prison. It was cool. What the hell, Mr. Lee? Because we can talk freely. Yeah, talk freely. Talking about on our shows. Yeah. Anyone paid attention? For real. So you got locked up for 3 days and got pissed off, says Nemo. So now you want to destroy society. That's weak. That's satanic. You're probably reading too much into what I said there. You trap any creature in a cage, and it's going to be extremely pissed off. And it's like the dog that's always in a fence, and when it gets let out, it goes nuts and attacks things a lot of the times and just goes wild. You can't put things in a cage. Nothing's meant to be in a cage. It affects it negatively psychologically. Donald says a close friend growing up had run-ins with the law and spent his late teen, early 20s in jail. Last time I saw him, he said he could make it on the outside. Yeah. Did they have girls, Mr. Lee? I'm telling you, folks, anger equals weakness. Okay, Nemo. Apparently, you are not familiar with the dark side of the Force. Your anger makes you stronger. Light makes says Judy Wheeler. There is another channel to sub of the melted lands knowledge. There's no melted lands knowledge, dude. You got to stop with this crazy shit. Go cruise your channel and check them all out. This release says only girls with thick ankles. What the hell? Interesting accounts of those times. He ended up holding his girl hostage and tried to get the cops to kill him. He ended up getting shanked and died in jail. Yeah, that's our system, man. If our system handled criminals differently, that would not have happened. So see, I mean, hopefully people could kind of see what I'm saying here. That girl got held hostage, yes, because this guy did it, but also because this guy, the way the system handled him, led him down that path, sent him down that path. Our system has some blame in that too. And then eventually caused him to be killed. Our system killed him. Deal breaker. Fish, Ewan McGregor, story of a child and a father, bullshitted to death. Nikki's here. She says, don't forget me. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, now you're talking. Yeah, don't forget Nikki. She's busting the hoaxers. Busting those damn hoaxers. Pesky creatures. Hello to everyone and their mama. And word has it, she makes good tamales. Good evening, Hell. Welcome. That three chat dudes who called me evil, nasty shit. I think I'm gonna have to start skipping Mank here because he's just flooding the chat with crap. Okay, gotta get 9 out of loves. Lots of loves all. You too, Papa. I'm trying to get caught up in the chat here, and then I'll pop the TV guide up because Donald's wondering who else is on tonight. Nima says some Buddhist monks are put in cages and don't fall into anger. Yeah, that's a Buddhist monk, man. I am no Buddhist monk. And fuck those guys. Fucking weirdos. Yeah. What's up with Nemo coming up on that? We got some. I have to check it out. Antarctica is fascinating. Yeah, Antarctica is a very interesting situation. But I think what's going on there is the government don't want us down there, not because the world is flat, but because under the ice there is preserved artifacts and buildings and bodies from the previous major civilization, and they don't want us to know just exactly what happened back then. 13,000 years ago and further back. What kind of technologies they had, I think, included anti-gravity. Can't prove it, but I think it did. And so there's probably just vast wealth and knowledge to be acquired down there, but they don't want us to have it. Little fish knows things. There's my brush. Peace. Stay safe. To all, thank you, Lockbeard. You too, Mr. Lee. Or Mr. Hugh, I'm sorry, for coming. Well, I'm glad you're still here, Mr. Lee. I'm not heading over there myself. I think a few people probably will go over there. It's your business. Putting dead cat in my mouth, maybe. Oh, come on, Hal. You don't want that dead cat, do you? Nikki says, look at the photo I sent you, Lock. Dinner time. Oh, did you send me a picture? How did you send it to me? Did you use like my Proton Mail account? Nemo says KFC made some Beyond Meat nuggets. Anyone tried them? There's no way in hell I'm trying any goddamn Beyond Meat. Just give me some real meat. Love sausage meat. Heard they got a DNA sample off a hoaxer that was hit by a car. What? What's that? Fuck those Buddhist monks. That wasn't even settled, Hell 21. No, it wasn't. Monks are great people. I'm sure they are, Mank. I'm sure they are. He's probably watching both, yeah. Yeah, he's probably watching both. Coming in, Hell 21's coming in hot. Dead. I wonder if that picture is even actually Hell 21 though. Yeah, so many people use like is that really Mr. Lee 3PO right there? Is that really Mr. Lee 3PO? I'm going to try, Mr. Lee. Hopefully I don't ever have to cut it again. Like ever. And this is definitely not what ruthless looks like. There's even some question as to, is Mr. Lee 3PO even a man? Now there was a guest on Moke Show last night named Lee. Maybe that was actually Mr. Lee. In fact, that the lady who came on there for a second, she called him Mr. Lee. Maybe she knows. I see. I got a conspiracy now for you there. Maybe that's Mr. Lee that was on Moke's. Ruthless says monks are fake arsed mofos. Make it fits you champion them. I can't be that far behind. I'm a few minutes behind. I'm trying to catch up. Paramedic, no. See you, Mr. Hugh. Dead Cat has shekels. Buy expensive dinner. Can't quit laughing. I'll put the flammables away when you visit. I have a long beard now, Lockbeard, do you? I knew you had a beard, but they're melted lands. Dude, you need to stop. But everything comes from these channels you found, dude. Everything. None of it has any science. You talk about science, but you don't have any science. None. Can't believe it's not better than what the fuck is it? Yeah, exactly. It's her, all right, said Dead Cat. How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Might not even be a her. It might be a he. Which is okay. Hey. Yeah, you be you. You be you, Hiveless. I mean, that's why they kicked you out of the hive, though. You know, I heard bees were intolerant assholes. But, you know, no one's going to fault you for loving who you want to love. Mr. Lee says, it's fucking me, man. Thank y'all. Check them out. It ain't butter, it's plastic. Yeah. Might as well be. Channel does live shows, USA Night Hour. Prairie Fire's here. Welcome. What's up? Oh, another day. You really don't want to know. This, it's such ridiculous. Like, I think it might even challenge the flat earth for ridiculousness. It really, they think the earth was like, it's like basically a big circuit board or some bullshit, and it's all melted down. And, you know, I guess it got hit by a freaking solar flare or some shit. EMP false. I don't know. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild. And all the rocks are like fake or built, like it's all buildings. Like it's none of it's wild. It's crazy. John Livy looked like he was going to finally find the edge. He hasn't yet. Catch y'all later. Flatbed is here. Cool, man. Take it easy. Monks can levitate with their minds. Well, when I see a monk levitate for real, you know, I mean, it'd be cool. It'd be cool if that was real, but you know, they can't really prove it, can they? They can't actually perform for anyone on camera. It seems like, or you know, or I mean, in person, like, you know what I mean. Everyone would know if it was real, but you know, it's in that realm of bullshit. Sorry, I have my methods. She has 3 kids that she didn't steal. What? Yeah, and all it would take is one to start to undo the rock. Snap out of it, you moonbat. All right, I have finally caught up to the chat. Make you sound like a Scientologist championing OT abilities. It's batshit idiocy. So, all right. So let me, because Donald, I think, was asking what's on tonight. Looks like it's 7 o'clock. We've been on here for freaking 3 hours, man. Buildings didn't cry, dude. You're crazy. No surprise you pissing off ordinary people still, Peter. Are you an internet stalker? Yeah, I think he is. Apart from Judy, my avatar is the only real one in here. Mr. Pat, come back. I don't know where he's at. You think you'd see him in the chat, maybe, or something. Oh, and yours another day. All right. Village Cry does live shows at USC 9 hours. Yes, and it's spreading a whole load of complete bullshit, Mank. It's complete bullshit. Hell says, I'd get less shit if I just had a purple H. Well, you know, people have seen so many fake, you know, because you see, like, I'll get friend requests. I don't go on Facebook anymore hardly, but I'll get friend requests and it'll have a picture of a pretty girl, but it's like almost never, like, if it's someone I don't know already, it's almost always, if you go digging into the profile, you'll find pictures of some black dude in Africa somewhere. It's always a fake. It's always a fake. It's raining on Lockbeard's van. Yeah, you can hear it. That's kind of a sleet going on out there, or freezing rain. Flower Sciences, do live shows. Just saying. Heart was for hell, not hiveless. Is Brandy still here? I don't know. She hasn't spoken up in a while. Hell is that beautiful in real life, Lockbeard. I have evidence. Do you now? You know, you've said so many things that are batshit crazy. I think I have to personally go over there and verify this. Sorry, Dickhead. I'll give you a green one. Facebook is evil. Yeah, it is. Everyone sees it, Michael. I'm changing my avatar to my ass for the next time. It's fine. I'm not upset. Well, we wouldn't mind seeing your ass too. Hell, I mean, that's cool. But your face will do. Your face will do. Only have one face. Check when the buildings cry. 4.0 subbed. Judy, you don't want to go over there. That shit is absolute complete. It's complete bullshit. It's absolutely insane. Raptor Crazy says, hello everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope nobody's got to worry about the ice. Welcome to the chat, Raptor. Very kind. Over my dead body. Wait. I don't have a problem swatting a bee. Rutha says, you don't hear me ever championing someone's goodness incessantly and then blindly only then turn around opposite. Mr. Beard, come to Spartan Red channel and be amazed. I've seen that shit. It's crazy, complete bullshit, man. Is it silicone too? Oh, it's chessboard. Because I'm not two-faced, Michael, I see about people's feelings. They go along, get along. Judy, make sure you catch a live on that channel. It's real knowledge because anyone can prove the melted lands anywhere around the world because live on. No, nobody can prove that shit at all. At all. You don't know what the fuck. You are just spreading crazy shit. You got to be a troll. There's no way you believe this complete insane bullshit. No way. You got to be a troll. You're just trolling us. Send me more evidence. I'll defend your honor in all the chats. Judy Wheeler's pick is identical to a close friend of mine, says Donald. Mr. Lee says, wah, ha, 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 ha. Or Chessboard says that to Mr. Lee. He praying for Ruthless. Edit well. Eat well, Jen, says Chessboard. All right, so it's just a little bit after 7. It's Wednesday night. So yeah, there's Bullshit Odyssey. Who needs to see that shit though? Creepy Little Books at midnight, if you like that. Fade to Blacks at 9, 2 hours from now, if you like that. Jason Bland's Weird Wednesday comes on at 11. Night Dreams Talk Radio, 8 o'clock. An hour from now. Yeah, I guess I should make sure and say that. It's 7:17 Central Time. These are all in Central Time. So I'll just kind of say how many hours from now it is. So 7:17. So Night Dreams Talk Radio will be on in about 45 minutes. Northwest Georgia Cryptics, an hour and 45 minutes from now. Paranormal Central, if you can stand that bullshit, hour and 15 minutes from now. Paranormal Portal, if you can stand that bullshit, 2 hours and 15 minutes from now, roughly. Yeah. Or no, sorry. That'd be an hour and 45 minutes from now. Hour and 45 minutes now. Paranormal Central will be an hour and 15 minutes from now. Something to Sasquatch about should be on now, but he hasn't been having shows, unfortunately. So hopefully he gets his channel going again. Yeah. Spaced Out Radio will be on 2 hours and 45 minutes from now. I do not know if Cryptoholics was on this Wednesday or next Wednesday, but if it is on tonight, it would be ongoing right now, but I don't see it on my notifications. Lost Cryptids Conservatory be on in about 45 minutes. The Ravens Outpost channel. The show is called The Raven's Eye with Lee. This is the guest that was on Mogion Monsters WTF Live last night. It is a new face for many of you. So we all thank Russell Mogs for introducing us to Lee. So that's one. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of you. We need to flood this guy's chat tonight, and 11 o'clock my time. So that's 2 hours and about 2 hours and 40 minutes from now. So we should flood that guy's chat. Let's see some pirate flags too. And yeah. Troubled Minds will be on at 9. Did I get that time right? 11 p.m. That's like 3 hours and 40 minutes from now, isn't it? Anyway, it's way past Mr. Lee's bedtime, I think. Even though he'll be up. Troubled Minds, hour and 40 minutes from now. The Outer Realm, 40 minutes from now. And that's it. That's all I got on here. If there's, if you guys know of any, if y'all look at this and you see anything that's inaccurate, let me know. If you know of any shows that should be on here, so it's got to be paranormal, UFOs, aliens, ghosts, Sasquatch, and it's got to be a live stream, not a premiere, but a live stream, and it's got to have chat and preferably chat interaction from the host. So let me know and I'll add them on there. I've added a couple new shows recently. The Pine Island Research is on there, and the one we were just talking about, the Ravens Outpost. Donald is a doppelganger. So I see nothing programmed for tonight. Well, there's some stuff. There's some options. It may not be what you're used to, but actually, let me post the link to the TV guide in chat so that you can hit it. Why can't I? Jesus. Okay, it should be in there now. So you can go there and just save the link, use the link if you ever want to see what you're looking for something to watch, and maybe you can find something. Rutha says, Michael, I'm sorry you get used by Peter. Michael, it's okay, mate. His subs see it as well. We all see Peter. Hey, well, thanks and have a good evening. You too, Chessboard. Prairie Fire says, fade to black is bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. But, it fits into because I have shit on there that I don't like, bullshit odysseys on there. But to be fair and to be impartial, I let it stay on there. I don't want anybody to say that I'm being unfair about it. And if I'm going to share it to the public, then I'll just, my personal feelings don't play. I don't take things off there because of my personal feelings. Even though Dogman Cams is on there and they can fuck all the way off, but they're still on there. Although it may be inaccurate, but I'm not going to go on my way to figure out what their new times are if they've changed stuff. I know they've changed stuff, but they can still fuck all the way off. Fade to black is bullshit, yeah. I think I've been there on Earth a few times. Holds my friends. Mr. Lee says, all night and morning for me. Yeah. The other day says, thank you, Lockbeard. Chessboard going to check on some of your stuff. Give me a couple channels that I like. Yeah. Squash Talk. Hairy Man. Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. Western New York Bigfoot. Something in the Sasquatch about if he comes back. I'm sure I'm missing some. Pine Island Research. That's some of them. Sold Out Radio. Yeah. Watched out. I've watched a few others. Ones must be newer or I missed them. Yeah, it's easy to miss some. There's some that have been around a long time you may have never seen, because YouTube isn't good about helping you find stuff. But there's some of them on there that I hate to send you that direction because I think they're bullshit channels. But the ground level that people think are cellar windows, and you notice doors below ground level. Oh, Jesus Christ, Mank. No Dark Wolf Den, Prairie Fire says. You talking about Dark Waters? I think, why didn't if they didn't have a live stream It's got to be a regularly scheduled live stream. Like you can't like put a live stream on schedule if it doesn't, have a regular time that it comes on, and it needs to have chat interaction and stuff like that. You and her are cute as a button, Judy. Brunch with Bigfoot, Cowboy going to be on there. If you want to be on a bullshit channel, Purple M. Akin has ratified trolling. What? 3 hours and 40 minutes, says Raptor. I'm not sure. But I'm toxic. Maybe a little. Raptor's clever. Good evening, all. See you, chessboard. Jeffrey Kelly comes on at 10 our time. Who's Jeffrey Kelly? I don't know Jeffrey Kelly. Is it a paranormal live stream with a regular schedule and chat? Be there at 11. Yeah, I plan on being there if I don't fall asleep. There's a very strong possibility I'll fall asleep because that's getting kind of late for me, though. That's 11 Central. As you can see at the top of the Paranormal TV Guide, I put that, right above, see where it says show name, says channel name and show names, and it says Central Time USA. That was just a place I could figure to put that in there. So just remember, these times are in Central Time. You need to convert it. As far as I know, there is no way for me to program this spreadsheet so that it changes all the times automatically based on who is viewing it and where their time zone is. That would be cool. But if there's a way to do that, I have no idea. I don't know if they have the ability, because it's got to somehow detect what time zone it's being viewed from. And then, so just know it's in Central Time because that's where I am. So you got to convert it. So Mr. Lee, he's got to add 6 hours to all these times because he's 6 hours ahead of Central Time. Just saw pending live on Ravens. That's my kind of shit. Yeah. Go check him out. Mogs was, thought that he liked that channel and thought that he needed to have some more exposure. So, I have no problem helping him out with that. That's cool. And it, always like adding a new show to the TV Guide. His show qualified. He's got a regularly scheduled live stream, the right subject matter, and he has chat. So I was happy to be able to add it. There's the link to the TV Guide if you guys want to use it. Dark Wolf Den Show. I'm not familiar with that. If you're not talking about Dark Waters, must be something else I'm not aware of. Everyone needs to see how crazy the crazies are, just so you're aware. Donald says, got it, Lockbeard. Thank you. Oh, cool, man. Yeah. Just save the link. No, there's no point in no, you can save a copy of the document to your computer, but you want to use the link because every time I update this, it instantly updates to where the link goes to here. It won't update what you have saved on your computer if you save the document. So it's kind of a waste of time to save the document. But just bookmark the link and then jump on there. It asks for a name. Give whatever name. You don't have to give your real name. It's not. It does. It's not important. It just wants a name. And then click join, and away you go. And also, like I put the links here. I'll scroll this over. As you can see over in this last column, I put the links to all these YouTube channels on here. So, yeah. So you don't have to go like search it and all that stuff. But if you subscribe to YouTube, hopefully it will, provide you with, it'll be over here on your subscription list and have a little red mark, a little red icon next to it showing you it's live when it comes on, and hopefully give you a notification. But YouTube's not always good about that. That's why I needed to make this part of the reason why. When I can afford to, I don't know, Miss Lee. I can't really afford to do too serious, you know what I mean? Like I got a game cam ordered, so I'm going to do that. But a lot, when we're talking about like real research, I need to be able to have funding to like for just you can't just there's just only so far you can go without having proper funding. Like, I don't know where it would come from, government sponsored shit or whatever, but without like, because some of the equipment required for some things is expensive. And if people want to talk about DNA, well, you've seen them talking about that on all the shows. You start trying to do DNA testing. Well, there's a lot of money that's got to come from somewhere. And it's pointless to collect hair samples if you can't test it, So it's just, how serious you're talking about exactly what you're talking about. I don't know, man. It just, like, I'm going to stick a game cam out and try to, hopefully catch some stuff with a game cam. But now I'm talking about what? What'd I say? Hollywood, Haywood. So you have Steve Cole's show on the list Sundays at 9. It's right there in the blue at the top here. Hold on. Jesus Christ. This thing is spastic. So I need to move it over to Sunday here. There you go. Sunday, 8 p.m. Central. Yeah. You seem proud you changed. What? You seem proud that will change, Peter. Tired of your slagging, retracting, belittling others to boost yourself. I like this route into these channels, Lockbeard. Give us a wider view. Oh, okay. Let me zoom it out. So now you can see, but see, it's so small you can't really see. It'd be hard to read, probably. But up there in the top right corner, you can change your zoom on that. Dark Wolf Den has nothing to do with crippled bitch Dark Wing. Damn. And good discussion too. Full chat lounge as well. Full chat and lounge as well. White Mink says, Judy Wheeler, the other channel, has a good showing of knowledge called Divergent. I don't have to stopping on Minx. Jeffrey Kelly's Squatchers podcasts. Let me see if I can find it. Jeffrey Kelly. He's got a picture of a Sasquatch. $6 days, 13 days, 2 weeks, 1 month. I mean, I'll give it a look-see, see if it fits the bill for if it's the right kind of show. And then the other one is what is it? Dark Wolf. The Dark Wolf Stin Show. With Jerry Hicks. I'll give it a look-see too to see if it's the Reverend Jeff Kelly, the Squatchers Lounge podcast. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look. Raven's channel gained a couple hundred subs after he went on Moog's show. Yeah. Massive joint, Mr. Lee. I had him as a guest on the show. Yeah. You did. I got the page pulled up, so I'll check it, take a look at the show and see if it fits the right kind of show. And I'll put it on there if it fits. Wonderful wisdom weed. Stop projecting your own insanity onto me. It will always backfire. You guys are just going to fight all night. Mogs is larking. You can feel it. Yeah. Well, just show up to that show up to the Ravens outpost tonight, and so that show the power of Mogs to grow channels. Mogi. This newest video shows several. Oh my gosh. Mogs is a pussy? What? It seems like that's what his pet name for you is, Mr. Lee. Because you won't go on camera. Got us another one, do we? Hide and block. Goodbye. Yeah. Just realized my time on the list is wrong on that. Is your time wrong? Oh, that's right, because you changed it, didn't you? You come on. You're on at 6 Central, right? So I need to get on there and change it to 6 Central. Shoot, I could do that right here. I could do this live. Hold on a second. Let me zoom in. We'll do it live. Oops. I will update this bitch live. Yeah, because you come on, you're a 6 Central. Boom and boom. Oh, you stupid. I hate this autofill crap. Hold on a second. I need to. Hold on a second. 6 to. I don't know how to make it stop that. I don't know how to make it stop that nonsense, but. Hopefully it leaves it. It ain't gonna do it. I'll get the other hour added on later. I'll figure out how to make it stop that autofill crap. But yeah, it should say 6 to 8 Central Time. Because you originally you had it the other time, I think, and then you went earlier. A long goodbye. They are okay, Mank Lockbeard better. Yep, that's it. The red's pretty cool. Jeffrey fits the bill, Lockbeard. Cool. Power of Mogi. Power of Vegan Brain Fog. What the fuck? Judy Wheeler, your mind will awaken to the real truth now, my sister. Oh, Jesus Christ, Mank. Mogs Rocks. Live. We'll do it live. Remember that shit? The O'Reilly factor, where he was all pissed off, and they had that footage of him getting pissed off because he wasn't getting it right. Don't have a vested interest in viewers like you, Peter. Says Ruthless. Mr. Lee, Judy says, Mr. Lee, one time I called in and got to say hi to Mogs. Severed heads. It's like an ongoing battle. You can't, Bank, you don't, look, you think that they're dispelling geology, but you don't have any geology training like I do. They don't. They just spread a bunch of retarded bullshit. And you fell for it. I don't get anybody on my show. Like I had Pat on. I think is Pat the only person that came on, and it's just because he wanted to come on and whatever shit. I don't bring people on. I just, maybe one of these days I'll start doing that. But I'm a measly 160 subscribers or whatever. I don't know. And why would I want to talk to Mr. How to Read Emails? Dude's full of shit. Yeah, he's getting his BO on. Truther. Rockhound. Yeah. If you have any geological knowledge at all, you will be cracking up at the ridiculous bullshit these people are trying to push on that channel that Mank wants you to go look at. I mean, it is absolutely insanely stupid. Like, it's like not even ignorant. It's stupid. At least ignorant, you say, well, I just didn't know. No. It's moronically stupid shit that Mank is trying to get you to go watch. Skinny puppy. The allure and quality of quartz. You're not. He rides that fence. He's got a cowboy hat on and everything, I'm sure. Ruthless says they're flirfs, vapid flirfs, and Bible thumpers, says Ruthless. No, they're not, dude. No, they're not. I mean, they may have, all sciences, there may be some little points here and there they may not have all the answers on. But look, I've studied a lot of geology. I minored in it in college. And I can tell you, these guys are spreading absolute complete bullshit. Absolute complete bullshit. You do not know what you're talking about. You use the word brainwashed. It's funny because you're projecting. You've been brainwashed by these channels with this bullshit, trying to say that the rock layers are made of bricks and everything was buildings that got melted down because the whole earth is a damn circuit board or some crazy bullshit. It's absolutely nuts. You've got to be a troll. No one is this stupid. I'm sorry. No one is this stupid. You're a troll. You got to be a complete troll. And we ban trolls, don't we? We might have to ban Mank. If I've identified him as a troll, we might have to ban him. Have you shown my doppelganger his twin? Whether watch some channels and make your own thoughts and the knowledge presented because they show proof of it. No, they don't. They don't show proof of shit. See, this is the thing. You don't understand what constitutes proof. I suggest you start going out and actually looking at some rocks and studying and the real science before you sit here and say, I've disproven this science. I don't know anything about this science, but somehow I have disproven this science. No, you haven't. Mr. Lee says, Donald, he don't want to know nothing about Sasquatch. Prayfar says, Ella, when severed heads opened for Skinny Puppy, we threw bottles at them. Mank says, lava don't make steps. Lava don't make steps. Brick lines in the coastlines of the world, as the channels show. No, the channels are scamming you, dude. You're looking at YouTube channels. Turn off your computer, go outside, and make your own observations with the guidance of a real geologist. In other words, you need to go to college and take real geology courses. Actually learn this science before you see. You don't know the science. You can't disprove it until you know it. You can't disprove it until you know it. No matter what you think. You've just seen some bullshit on YouTube, and now you think you got a PhD in disproving geology. You don't. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You've just been brainwashed by that channel. They're good salesmen. They're selling you some bullshit, and you bought it. You don't actually know anything. I'm wondering if you have any scientific bone in your body, really. I mean, this is crazy. This is insane shit. I've seen some of this shit that you're talking about, and it's complete craziness. It's insane. CGI crap in theory. Are you serious, dude? Everything's CGI with you. Yeah, we're here. I thought we were all leaving. Y'all leaving? I didn't. Nobody said we're leaving. I don't think. A couple people were leaving, but everywhere where I live. Mr. Lee says, Donald, I never am embarrassed about nothing, man. Take me as I am. Judy says, ice. Sleeves building up. Holy moly, y'all. Bring it. I want a serious ice storm. Now, nature's got to trim the trees sometimes. It ices up, it breaks the limbs off, everything regrows. Let's do this, bitch. And I want the power out. We only got 2 weeks off in 2007. I want a month. Power out for a month. Fuck this shit. Give everyone a break. Some chessboard stuff. Chessboard been giving us some updates on the clunts, has he? PhD in Awakened Truth. No, you don't. You don't have a PhD in shit. You have a brainwashed mind. That's it. Chessboard, I have a theory. I have a theory who the clunt is, or what. I think I've identified a female of the species of the clunt. Bank thinks he's really special. He does. Well, I think he's special. Pyro says, Judy Wheeler, we have a half inch on the ground, but none in the trees, so that's a good thing. Oh, Pat will be back, Mr. Lee. Don't worry. Donald Fuller says, ISUP, we will have tree knock audio from every channel. Yeah. Oh, it's tree knocks. No. University of the Street. Oh, shit. Mank is special needs. Yeah. I think so. I think he's special. Let's see here. All right. Whoops. Why in the hell is this thing not cooperating? Oop. Well, shoot. All right. Trumpy Bear is here. Says if the Chinese are listening, they might weather seed you an ice storm. As a doctor and not being two-faced. PhD is in typos. Makes it I can't be a troll because you agree and you make shows of the stuff I think is true. You just don't believe the flat earth or the fake geology. Ice storm means no Wi-Fi. I just thought about that. I'll have to go do stuff. Might be good for you though. Yep. Nasty evil stuff. Factory farming. Yeah. It's pretty sucks ass. It does. You looking for Mogs again, Mr. Lee? He has at least 3. Sounds like rain here in Vermont. Hope I don't have to do snow removal. If it's raining and it freezes up, it might be ice incrustation. Then you're gonna have a problem. Then you're gonna have a problem. Papa Craig says, Look back 10 lines at who called us fools, Mank. You are still in middle school. I really suspect that. Ruthless says, Monkey Stream. He's out of here, folks. Thanks for having me, Lockbeard. Oh, no problem. I might wander over there myself in a little bit. I'm definitely about tired. However, I do want to show a picture of what I suspect is one of the Clunt creatures. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is a Clunt creature that I spotted right under our noses. The root of morality. Nice quote, fish. Ball earthers, you wonder why? I'm pretty sure this is one of the Clunt creatures, Mr. Lee. You are probably going to disagree. I imagine many people will challenge my claim. But I spotted it right under our noses. It's posing as a human. And not just any human, it's posing as a human YouTuber. Indeed it is. It's posing as a human YouTuber. Like I said, I think I'm going to catch some shit for this. People are going to say I'm a hoaxer. I'm a Clint hoaxer. That's what they're going to say. Yes, indeed. I've identified one of the creatures. Yeah, tells us a lot. Torturing animals, yeah, bad deal. Ernie says, enjoyed the show. Have to walk the dog. Take it easy, Ernie. Papa Craig says, payback sucks, huh, Mank, the wanker. Mr. Lee says, I'm scared. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Snow would actually be better. Yeah. The Chinese, no, puppy bear don't play. All right. We've been on here like 4 hours, folks. Mr. Lee. I know you love your Daniela. But I don't like her. Sorry, I don't like her. Don't like her. Papa Craig says, LOL, Trumpy Bear. All right. Thank you all for coming. I don't know why the hell you're hanging out watching this shit show, but thanks for coming. I don't know if I'll do another random live between now and Saturday, but Saturday we will look. We're gonna take a little stroll through the Ice Age, and at least I think that's what I'm going to talk about, and why I think that everyone is underestimating how many Sasquatch there could be out there. I mean, everyone, all estimates I've heard, I think, are a drastic underestimation. So I'll kind of go into some of the reasons why I think that, because there's just too much to talk about everything, but I'll talk about a lot of it. So I'll see you in chats somewhere along the way, and hopefully see you all Saturday. Thanks for coming.